And welcome back, everyone. Not welcome back, we're not there yet. To the 70th episode of Unravel. Today, we surprisingly have everybody back at the table for the first time in like
We should
a month.
celebrate.
I'm
By playing a
very
game.
sad that this is episode 70 and not 69. Because
69 was last week.
I know, that would have been funnier if we were all there.
Ah, too bad.
Oh.
Missed 69.
Yeah, you missed,
You missed 69.
Yep.
I always miss
You
that.
just gotta wait to 169. Then you can be there again.
If you get that far.
Well, we're at 70. So, last session, you all were woken up by a loud metallic noise as George slammed his hammer into his shield to wake you all up, which was then followed by a fight forced upon you by a group of two familiar individuals, although you had expected both of these to be dead, as both Nash McLeod and Marcus McLeod in an undead form, aided by a small group of zombies, you were attacked.
We didn't kill Nash McLeod, to be fair.
No, but Marcus we killed twice.
Yeah.
You managed to make your way out, but over the course of the fight you also learned that they were the ones who sent the metallic predator after you guys. So you're now familiar with where that came from. You then continued, eventually getting stuck in quicksand and encountering a small group of skeletons that seemed to be harvesting lumber. You suspected there may be an undead village nearby or whatnot, but you eventually decided to cast Pass Without a Trace and sneak past them, as considering these skeletons weren't ready for a fight nor really looking for you, and they don't have the highest passive perception, you managed to sneak by relatively easily. Continuing, you eventually had to came out of the jungle. Before entering back in, there was an area of hills and grasslands, more akin to what the wildlands look like, where to your south, to your left, there was a very large, strange-looking mountain range, which you eventually concluded to be the crater that George saw in his scrying vision. Continuing on your way west, however, you eventually entered back into the forest, and eventually found yourselves a little before midday, as Utsul carves away at some of the brush, and you look out over a short stretch where there aren't too many plants and trees. There's a massive drop off of a massive cliff as you look over a valley that is many, many miles across. You can see to your right and to your left that it kind of like curves over the horizon on either side, with a river through the middle, which you are familiar. Again, this has been something that you saw in George's scrying vision. And it also reminded Utsul of the map that they're carrying, that you stole from Ice.
Way back when.
Which also kind of looked like the side of a large ravine or valley. Taking a quick peek over the edge, by the way, which you kind of have to imagine what this one side looks like, and the other side of this canyon is very, very far to your west. You kind of have to think like one cliff edge of the Grand Canyon. Just a massive drop-off that isn't straight down. And it's kind of just like at an angle. It may be, at a quick like glance, some 6,000 feet down and like 500 feet like slanted forward.
Jump.
Before you would reach the relatively flat area of the valley below.
Go.
This is where you left off, as you kind of like all spread out over this area.
That's a big valley.
What? Oh, where are we?
George was very sleepy last time.
Yeah,
So was Bess.
But he was very alert.
Look out.
I almost walked in that.
So when you're sleeping, what could be your passive perception?
Yeah, it's good that
Is
you
it like
didn't.
0? Or...
I should pull
No,
another
it's
die.
not a passive perception. You just lose your
Ability to
communication
talk.
skills.
Yeah,
Okay.
the ability to talk and really help with problem solving.
You get
Okay,
staff
yes.
throat and can't really talk.
Yeah.
No, just...
That's what happens if you get kind of sleepy. It happens sometimes.
What a beautiful view.
This is what
That
you
it
saw
is.
in the vision, right?
I did see something like this. Not sure if it is it.
What else
No.
could it be?
It could be a different ravine.
How many ravines do you think there are here?
That I don't.
Shall we just
Probably-
assume it's this one?
Probably many, but like nothing this big.
This area can't really be considered a ravine, as a ravine is kind of like just a crack in the earth.
that's
this
what he
is
said.
this is so wide that it once was probably made the river just be very very wide and slowly carved down,
We should name
creating
this
this
place.
valley.
How about...
Look at this. Look at this. I point to the map of ice. Like, I think we're getting closer to the last place that Ice and what was it, Kieran?
Ice and Kieran slept.
Kieran were.
The tower that is marked on the map is actually the center point of the map. Seems to be on the cliff, like not down, but like
But on the opposite side.
no, on this side.
On this side.
Yes, on the.
So
I mean,
which-
depending on the way you turn it, luckily there's a north star on it that says which side is up.
Oh wait.
That leads you to believe that yes, ice never crossed the valley.
So, which way do we go?
I think a tower is still here.
Probably.
Could have dropped into the.
Also, we should
I mean, it's been
name
a
this
couple of years,
place.
but
I don't know.
can I see the tower somewhere?
From here, no. Like a quick peek. See,
If I go up to the tree.
like athletics.
Yeah, what purpose did the tower have?
So we get to climb into a tree.
That's
Okay.
right, Ice and his mentor's name, I
19.
forgot were.
Make a perception check.
Yes, that's the bitch.
Why do I remember this and you don't?
14.
Because I don't care.
You don't see it from here, even from a higher vantage point.
It's very fair.
It's also not a tall
Normally-
tower. You're not sure. It doesn't show really. on the
I have
map.
never
Just-
met the guy.
Well,
You see anything?
I already climbed. One was like sliding down. But no.
Oh, that's very. You shouldn't do that. It's a tree. It's like bark.
I've done that plenty of times. Like
Painful.
this is the fourth time I've climbed up into a tree or something.
It's like 4 what?
So, do you want to find this tower?
Well-
or?
It could give us a hint where Kieran might have gone or what might have happened to him.
Okay.
Because it's the last place that Ice was at.
Then which way should we walk?
Good question.
I
This
mean,
map isn't that detailed, and it really only signifies that there's like
A
it
tower
has a few
somewhere.
small landmarks. Like the whole area, it may not be more than like a kilometer by kilometer area that she mapped out. So it's a relatively small map. Considering you're just in the middle of the jungle somewhere where it takes multiple days to walk through, you're not sure where this tower exactly is. Just that it's probably on this side of the valley.
is it like the jungle like reaches to the edge of the?
No, it becomes a
or is it
little.
like
I mean, there's no one clearing out the trees here, but there's definitely less foliage near the edge of the cliff. There's some trees that can like hang over, like branching out that way.
So technically, it would be easier to walk.
Not
the edge.
not to. It wouldn't change too much about. It's not that much of a
It's a shame.
difference.
Does it show the tower to be within the jungle?
Does it?
I mean, there's jungles on either side of the cliff.
No, but on the map. Does
I
it
mean,
say,
yeah,
like,
there's,
jungle?
there's like trees drawn, so there is like supposedly jungle around the tower.
It is on this side.
Yes. So either somewhere. It goes east to. How?
This river goes south to north.
Yeah, north to south.
South to north. The flow is south to north.
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe
The-
I've seen it
is-
in a vision. Or
Is the flow maybe like upward on the?
No, there's like a
Oh, okay.
north star on it
Oh,
that
yeah.
indicates which side of the map is north. That having like a side of jungle that's on the cliff, then valley with the river, or like valley where supposedly the river is. if you turn the North Star, that leaves the upper cliff side on the right side, and that's the east side, which is where you are.
Okay.
So do we go right or left? Where are we on the map?
Good question.
You're not on the map.
I
At
don't
least
think we are.
you're not sure.
Is there
Why
any,
isn't there like a little dot? I feel in the cities they had these maps where there was this little dot that
like
says
you
are
are here? Yeah.
But that's only when the maps are stationary on that spot.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah,
travel
otherwise
map.
it wouldn't work.
It's not.
Maybe that's something you can.
It's crazy ridiculous that you know this.
You want me to make a magical map?
I mean,
Sure.
it would.
I mean, why
That would be
wouldn't that
cool.
work?
With
Why wouldn't that? I see a lot of
Yes.
problems why that wouldn't work.
I think I can make that.
A map with a function that follows you, so you
Yes.
know where you are.
That's actually quite genius.
When we're back at Barbadoof, I'll try to make a map that does that.
Yeah, but then when you reach the edge of the map,
I'm gonna invent the GPS, guys.
Anyway,
no, you're just inventing the Minecraft map.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Shoot a
invent a
shovel
The
at
Minecraft
the
Marauders
map.
map is also possible.
Is there anything in the middle of like? We know the tower is on our side, but is
Yes.
there anything as a landmark in the middle?
There's like slight indications of like changing of the canyon's pattern that if you do find it may indicate something, but as I said, like the map is not big enough considering the area that you're in
Yeah.
to clearly indicate where exactly it is. If Ice was here, she maybe would be able to tell you whether or not she recognizes the area you're currently in, and then could choose which side you would have to travel. But you're not sure. It would be a 50-50 guess if you want to look for the tower, unless you have some other magical way, perhaps, of finding this tower.
Hey, find the path. See what it does. There's a specific fixed location that you're familiar with.
No. Never mind.
Unless
Okay, so you send
I mean,
Twinkie
that
southward,
kind
and
of
I
depends on
send
what's
Jess
familiar
northward,
with
and
counts,
one
I
that
guess.
comes back and says they have the
But
tower
okay.
and will follow.
that might take a while.
Because familiar with could also just be heard about.
So either it's a guess or it's just.
I mean, when in doubt, go right.
You know
Just
how
left
far
is
it is and
always
in
wrong.
what direction it lies. While you're
So
traveling
left we
there,
go.
whenever you're presented
Right is
with a
always
choice
right.
of paths along the way, you automatically
Yes.
determine which path
I'd
is the
say
one way
flip
of most
coin.
direct, but not necessarily the safest route to the destination.
That's like a 50-50.
So it's not like
It
we.
is a 50-50.
Yeah, it's like it makes decisions for us easier, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you're already there. The teleportation circle might get there.
Let's see. I'll look it up because that may actually be a viable way of trying to find this place.
Because of the way our brain is like done. I don't
Because
know.
it doesn't say a location you're familiar with and then in parentheses a place you have visited or seen before.
Yeah, just
Does it say that or does it not say that?
No, it does not say that.
Because you have the spell clairvoyance, which allows you to like spy,
Yeah.
which does say a location
So
familiar before, and then it says that you have to have either visited or seen it
Yeah.
before.
It just,
Which suggests that familiarity, according to the scrying spell, for example, also like you can have heard about it, like secondhand knowledge, and that makes it at least in some way familiar to you. Considering there's a spell that specifically states how familiar you have to be with those location, and this one doesn't state how familiar you have to be.
so we
um,
can try this.
Yes, that would be a way of doing it if the spell doesn't fuck up.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I have a spell.
Oh, that fell down the cliff. Yeah.
And a ring only.
There goes it.
Yeah, there it goes.
I can cast a spell. It's called Find a Path, and it's the most direct physical route to a specific fixed location, like the tower.
That would be really useful.
Yeah, it's
We
it
know
only
if we have
lasts,
to go right or left.
but it only lasts for 24 hours. So
Well, yeah,
But then it gives us a direction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of having to
it gives
flip a
us
coin.
several directions as long as I'm concentrating on it.
I mean, yeah,
Let's
but
do
you
it.
see that it's like a cliff and it's on the cliff side.
Yeah, if we know which way we need to go.
South or north.
Yeah.
That would work. Sorry.
That would work.
Where's the ring?
Just to make find the
don't
path
fall
just to make find the path a spell that is not completely fucking useless, I'll allow you to at least, if you know of the location of its existence, I would say you would have to have
I
at
will
least seen it
show-
on a map.
I will show the map.
You could then travel there, because otherwise it's only to a place you've been before, and that makes it so fucking specific.
Yeah.
And you're
Okay.
kind of useless. Because
Yeah.
you've been there already.
Yeah, so you
I mean,
can't
if
just
you're
completely
lost and
be
want
like,
to go to somewhere.
you know,
Yeah.
I want to go to a place that's. If you say like, oh, I want to go to a city in the jungle, and then
Well-
then it won't work because you don't know anything specific.
The
But because you know
Camp-
this would exist,
the
you
only
have a point.
the only thing that would be is like Camp Moria. We know where it is, but not exactly where.
Yeah, I mean, Camp Moria would be like according to how familiar you have to be. If you have to have visited it before, Camp Moria would be one of the few places you can now travel because you know
Yeah.
where it is. Whereas this tower, you're familiar enough with it to the point that you know you for sure know it exists, so you can travel to it.
Yeah.
I would say like something like
Wait.
saying a city in the water or a city in the jungle that you're not sure whether or not it even exists, that you never really heard of anybody else speaking about it either.
Yeah. just
That you couldn't do it on.
And we have also have a
Um,
map where the location
Yeah,
is on.
and then there are locations like the Watcher's headquarters, which moves around, which would maybe be a little fucky with the space.
Yeah.
Whether or not it may not just be protected from divination altogether.
It does say that it
doesn't
has
work
to be
with
stationary.
fixed.
Yeah, no, then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah, what's
It's, if I cast it as a spell scroll, does the material compound still?
what's the material component?
Because it's a set of divination tools worth 100 gold pieces for the spell scroll and an object from the location
The
you
material
wish to find.
And an object from the location you wish to
Yeah.
find.
That's
The map would count for that, considering Ice drew it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for the other material components, whenever you create a spell scroll,
Mhm.
you have to have the material component, and it's consumed in the making of the spell of the
okay.
scroll. So it means
Yeah.
it's absorbed into the scroll.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean, if the
Do I need
material
to make a
com-
check? It's a 6th level spell.
Yes, you have to make a
Spellcasting.
spellcasting ability check. So you have to make a charisma check, and it's a 5th level spell, right?
6th.
6. So you have to roll a 16 on the charisma check.
Yeah. Okay.
Use bardic inspiration. Oh,
I
no, wait.
can't help myself.
Guidance.
Help me with guidance, please.
Huh?
It takes a minute to cast.
Shall I enhance your ability?
That's also possible.
Then you
It
have
could also help.
advantage.
I mean, you can also
Sure,
stack with.
guidance.
Guidance and advantage.
Well, that's
If you now
nice.
don't roll 16, it's sad.
That
It's
would
really
be. That
sad.
would be.
I also have a +4 on my charisma, so it should be enough. Yeah, this is already a flat 16.
Okay, that's good.
+4 is a dirty 20.
We finally
Nice.
used the scroll.
Yeah!
That
Yeah.
scroll then fizzles away and no longer exists.
Yes. Nice.
I was freaked.
George has a lot.
That blood.
I had one and right now I use them.
I also have one.
Oh, you won.
Once upon a time I had 3,
But
but
it's
I have no idea
my-
what I left.
It's
think
my
they're
5th
there.
level spell scroll.
Do you want power?
So I lost them.
You,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Bree.
Yeah.
You begin to notice that to find this location,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. You would notice. You notice that you have to travel north.
Yeah, guys,
So you
we
were
should
right.
go south.
So north.
Yeah, we should go north.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Which is.
I said you were right. I already said you were right.
So
All
Just to
applaud.
confirm your
right it is. Okay, that's
Yeah, no, you were.
well,
Yeah, that is right.
And why was I right?
Because it just so happened to be that we were on the left side of it.
Because if you don't know, right's always the right way.
Always
Anyway.
on the right wall.
The left
In the
wall.
maze.
Just choose one.
I can't wait until
But
the
if you
end
don't
and I
know,
have to go
always
left
just-
someday.
Yes.
Just choose one.
Because George will go
It doesn't
mad.
matter which one you pick.
So
We go right.
Well, we also went left where we tried to.
you continue. You
to
continue
make
your
too
path.
far.
You divert from your path, continuing north. Begin to walk in your same formation. It was a little bit before midday. You're not sure when you're going to be arriving. At
You
this
don't get a quest marker. Just like,
No. However,
Wait.
considering you already rolled for the day, or it's a POI, you after about 4 or 6 hours worth of walking, which means right before the evening would set in, Utsul, you begin to recognize the pattern that the cliff takes compared to the southern edge of the map, so that you begin to enter where the map is. And not but an hour after you begin to notice that, you see in the distance some like 20-30 feet away from the cliff edge, you see some kind of ruined structure, which isn't like a full-on nice tower, but it's like a box almost that's partially crumbled, which is the first thing you've seen of its kind here. Or I mean, today at least.
Mm-hmm.
And does the spell, because it's the same day the spell was
Yeah, the spell continues, and the moment you like, if you come closer and closer and closer, you begin to notice like that's where it is.
Okay,
And if
fair
you
play,
like,
guys.
yeah, when you would like arrive at the point, like if you would step inside or something, that's when the spell would technically end, I guess.
Because then we're
You're at the location.
So we get up to the.
Yeah, you want to walk up to it.
first check traps. Maybe there are traps.
Good point.
What kind of tower?
Oh, it's concentration, so you can drop the concentration whenever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of?
What kind of place is this? Is it safe or?
I mean, have you been here before?
I haven't.
No.
Ice has.
This is the last place I was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Before
So not
before she
safe
got
then.
separated, so it might
okay.
not be safe.
Well then, let's investigate! Magical girl transformation in my detective outfit!
Wow.
You like pulling off the thing, and then there it is. You're in the detective outfit.
Yes.
Oh,
And I throw a smoke bomb.
Yeah, sure.
Can you describe this outfit for us, please?
It's the outfit you bought whenever you went into disguise. It's basically a Sherlock Holmes outfit.
Oh, that one!
I throw a smoke bomb and suddenly I'm there as a detective with my magnifying glass.
Why are you You're smoking constantly.
Shut up.
Stress smoking.
Yeah.
Yes!
Okay,
I
I'll go
understand.
investigate.
Okay, I would say you guys are about like 100 feet away from the tower itself. It seems to be like a square structure. Once maybe more than 2 stories high, but now it has the ground floor and then part of the floor above that, and then nothing continuing after that. It has also the same geometric architecture that you've seen everywhere else, considering this, which does validate it as being Mercedium made.
Cool. Well then, I'll first investigate for traps, because they're all worried about that.
So you're entering,
No, they are.
or you're
Yeah,
checking.
I just stepped
Make an
into the
investigation
trap.
check.
Actually, I was the only one who said it.
Yeah,
but
I
okay.
think
I don't think I brought up any concerns.
I was like, let's go in.
But I do think this
That's
is the
a
time to bring
21.
up concerns.
One sec.
If you have any.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I would like to follow you and be completely not
Careful.
careful.
I want to just be stealthy, but follow as well.
You guys want to be stealthy?
I
Yeah.
want to be stealthy.
Oh wait!
I mean,
don't
if
know,
not
that's
everybody
best.
chooses to be stealthy while everybody's moving forward, there's no use in
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
just be careful.
That's not. That's a 22 magnifying glass.
22, okay.
20,
At
no,
least
23. 23.
at least the 100 feet stretch, as well as the remaining archway that signifies the entrance of this tower, you don't find any traps.
Good. Good.
Is there, like, inside of this tower, is there, like, boxes or...
No,
books or-
there's like moss and vines and roots and stuff that's slowly been creeping into this place. The bottom, the tower's not big either. It's like 20 feet by 20 feet perhaps. The bottom floor is like dark and musty. As considering there's no light, there's also no windows in the bottom floor. But there is like a stairway that goes up to the second floor, like a curved stairway. Which that is the only thing that allows light to come through from another perspective than just the archway. There's no creatures or anything inside, nothing of note at least.
And is there a way to go to the second floor?
No. No, there's a stairway.
Oh, wait, sorry, I missed it.
That was the entire explanation
Let's go
I
up the
saw.
stairs and
Well-
then investigate more to see for any clues.
I'll just like light a torch then.
Sure.
if yeah.
Where?
I mean, it's getting dark anyway, so it's relatively necessary.
Dancing lights.
Or that. Yeah, so you light the torch and then magical lights. What do you want to
Put
check?
it out,
for?
it doesn't go out well.
I'm just paying
What
attention.
happens
Sorry.
with ice and what's his name?
Kieran,
I refuse to remember until I meet him.
we might not.
So
We never
no more
met
track
Ice
check.
either, right? Oh right, we
We
did.
We did.
It's up to you.
We fought
Either or.
her.
Oh right.
We beat her.
No, I feel safe enough.
Go for it. Investigation.
Yeah. And that's 26.
Okay. When you guys, as I said, the bottom floor is nothing of note. The second floor has most of its roof still, but there's a corner of the wall and the roof missing, which kind of like allows some outside influence in the upstairs chamber. You notice on the second floor, which you reach and is of yet undisturbed since at least as far as you know since Ice has been here. There's the very, very faint markings of what once like scorch marks and some rocks of what once may have been a small campfire in the center of the room. And with the 26, I'd say you also find something relatively strange. You find between the seams and cracks of the stone floor on the second floor, at least, you find white sand, which isn't indigenous to the area whatsoever, at least as far as you're aware. That's like very, very faint here and there. You find like few spots or crumbs of it. It's like it's beach sand or it's white sand. Nothing you've seen in any time as of late.
Is that like
Did you
sand
eat it?
from the
No,
tree man once,
I
yeah.
licked it.
No.
That's the
That
same
wasn't sand.
fucking thing.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
I
it was
did not
moon dust.
swallow it.
Yeah, no,
That's
this is sand.
eating.
So someone went to the beach and came back.
I mean, it's not necessarily just from a beach, but like it's white sand,
We also,
Which is pretty
are
commonly found
aware
in
that there's a desert somewhere.
That
Could also be from there. But
Why
I don't
is
know.
it here? Weren't we far from the desert?
That's what
What
I
did your visit?
It didn't say anything. It
I
wasn't
mean-
really a visage. It was more like a
After the
went wrong.
Well, there were a couple of landmarks, right?
There were.
I can tell you
The
one
canyon being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't like to walk a day with sand in my shoes.
Okay, mountains after the canyon. Circular mountains.
Yeah, we passed those. Right? We passed
Yeah.
the
Yes.
circling mountain.
the circular mountain, the crater you passed. Then
White.
Let's speaks of a wide river. Then.
That's where we are now.
Oh, there's water in here.
Yeah, there's a very, very wide
That's awesome.
river in the center of the valley.
I mean, I didn't saw the stairs, but there's.
Well, in that case, yeah, I know the wide river. That's right here. We're here.
That's where we
I thought we were at the large canyon.
And
No.
Going further.
Oh, and then I saw the buildings from the old civilization. This tower could sort of be seen as that, but I think there was more.
No, the what you saw in your vision is more like between the thick canopy of the jungle. Here and there you saw like towers or open spots where you could see deeper into it, and there you saw more,
so the
not
thing-
necessarily a ruin, but like
the
buildings that are.
buildings we saw.
Those are too hidden for what he saw in his.
So, like,
That's not the same.
more recent buildings.
We can assume that
Could be on the other
passing
side.
this river, we're gonna see more of these buildings pop up.
But, like, we're not close to, like, any big sand hills or dunes.
No desert.
No, there's like an entire mountain range in between it before we should get to that.
No, that's why I was confused why there's sand here.
So maybe they came back from there. And sand, yeah.
And magic is the thing, who knows, you know?
Could he
I
do
love-
magic?
Also, did the sand in your vision look like this sand? And I sprinkle a few sand on your hand.
Yes. Can I borrow the glass?
I didn't get that close of a look into the sprinkles of sand that were lying
There's a
around
white
there.
dots. Here's the glass.
A magnifying
When I
glass.
was looking at it in my vision, I don't know, felt like flying in the sky, looking at it from a very like. This is not gonna help. My point is that this is not gonna do anything.
So you can walk on water, you can fly. What can't you do?
Figure out where the sand came from.
Look at my sand.
I mean, there's a plethora of things I can't do.
I know.
Well, have I heard stories
Yes.
like with
Jesus.
a history check where that sand could possibly be from?
No. The history check would not help in that. That would be like a nature check, I guess.
Nature, no, I'm not doing that.
Then you don't
Yes,
know.
I want to make a nature
I
check
could
to
do it.
specify
I mean,
where
you're-
the sand is
you-
from.
I'll do a nature check.
Is it desert sand or beach sand?
Yeah, the two of you could do a nature check, I guess. You're the only ones who may be able to do this.
I hate sand.
No.
So we don't know where the sand
I
came
don't
from.
I don't think we know.
It's sand.
That's a 10.
Well, maybe you should take
You
some
have
sand
no
to
idea.
investigate later.
It is
You
too
have like a
small
bottle,
amount
right?
of sand for you to
I mean,
figure out where it
she
came from.
tasted it, so maybe she knows.
I did taste it.
Did someone pee over it?
Well, no, I rolled a 9. I also rolled
Yeah, no,
a
you have no idea where it came from.
I hate sand.
It's corrosive, often gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It even got here.
Well, the mystery of the sand, right?
But that's everything. There's just sand.
I mean, and the scorch mark
No
of what
other-
once was a
Yeah,
fireplace.
so they
Maybe
definitely were here.
Maybe somebody dropped an hourglass.
That's a good call, actually.
That could be it.
Sure, give
You
me an
should see
hourglass
that
and let me
glass
compare
there.
the sands.
I'll just hold up my hourglass.
They're both white sand. I mean, from what you can see, it could the sand you're holding could have been from that hourglass.
But it's not from that hourglass. I know.
Alright, let's derail this entire thing and take this new clue as truth. To go
It's
to the
not
hourglass
from
maker.
that hourglass. But
back
maybe-
to Bob.
Where did you get this
I
sand?
don't know, she had an hourglass, but it could be.
Not as far as you're aware.
I don't think so.
Then I don't know. And I will not know until I know. Anyways, you want to sleep here? No.
Well, I mean,
They give us a roof.
did I sleep here with
Well, there's scorch marks, so yeah, probably.
I mean, wasn't the second floor open? Was the first floor was
Like a corner of the square room is missing, like like a top left corner. So that kind of like allows some entrance. There's also actually there is a window on the second floor that kind of looks out over the valley. But like, there is at least a roof. Like as if you don't sleep in that corner, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
I mean, then we can sleep.
Okay, wait a second. And I run downstairs.
Where is she going? I don't know.
Mhm.
I'll
And I
follow.
set up an alarm with the door so if anyone tries to enter, I
You
know!
could cast it as a ritual, so it doesn't cast
I
your spell
will
slot.
cast it as a ritual because I
So
can
like
do
for
it.
10 minutes you're gone.
Yeah, I'm downstairs for 10 minutes. Guess.
We just hear like noises coming from there. But
Yeah, I was following her, seeing what you. Oh, okay.
Sure, you cast alarm on the door, so now you would know whenever somebody crosses.
So,
Nice would be.
So, you guys want to take a long rest here?
Can I tell what this place was used for?
No, it's too much of a ruin for that. And it's standing on its own. There isn't any other ruins nearby. It could be a home. It could be
Yeah,
a
'cause it's-
watchtower. You're not sure.
It doesn't feel like a tower.
Yeah, no, it's like it's 20 feet by 20 feet, and it's
Yeah.
like the square structure.
Inside of this tower, there aren't any runes. Only on the outside, right?
I mean, it has like the geometric like markings that is like that doesn't tell anything. It's just like nice design.
aesthetics?
Yeah, it's aesthetics.
Okay.
No runes, no writing.
I'll sit in the corner and then was like dropped in and just
Sure.
look at the stars.
I will change into my
Wait, it's
dinosaur
already that
pajamas.
late?
There you go.
With a smoke bomb!
How many smoke bombs do you have?
I have a lot of smoke bombs, but they only work for the amount
changes.
of clothing changes. They are not useful in any other situation except clothing
They
changes.
come from a side pocket in the alchemist bag.
Yeah. It's called the clothing change.
Clothing change.
Dramatic reveal.
Yeah, it's the dramatic reveal. It's basically what I use to do my
Is-
magical girl.
Is the
transformation.
one person thing or?
It's a one person thing. It only works on me.
Like a half person thing.
So, do you
If I would
guys?
do it, only my legs.
It's
With-
more of a
It
quarter
would work for
person
two
thing
kobolds,
then.
right?
No.
No, just only one code book.
A third.
With the alarm up, do you guys want to still take watches?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
because there's still 2 openings.
Sure.
I'll,
Well, I'm
I'll
gonna
take
sleep.
first watch.
I'll take second.
Sure.
Are you sure about that? You'll have to.
Okay.
You have to twist the.
Second
Oh,
watch
no, I
is-
will not
is-
do
I'll
second
take
watch.
second.
I'll do
Second
the
watch
third
is
watch.
is the turn of the hourglass in a portable hole.
I'll do the third watch. I'm not gonna do second. Never mind.
Jonah, you sit here, having in the quiet. You can hear the jungle noises outside. You can hear the creatures of the night. You kind of like stare out over the open corner, the clear sky above you. At least for now. Yeah. You're like you have a moment of reflection where it's like you've reached a point that you've been looking for quite some time. Feels like a real first step.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Let's see. That is 24.
Watch goes by of an event. Eventually, you wake up George, and you can go to bed.
Ding. Wakey wakey.
I shall.
Perception check.
25.
Keep out a clear eye. Whether or not something may be approaching this tower, but for the duration of your watch, it doesn't seem to be the case. Unless there's anything you want to do. You turn the hourglass at one point.
Yeah.
But after that, you won't.
I mean, I guess I keep a good eye out. I don't really have time for much else.
Sure. Angie.
What?
You don't keep that great an eye. You look around a little bit. You want to do
Walk through the
specifically
alarm a
during your
couple of
watch.
times.
Because it doesn't seem that
I'll just
anything is happening.
watch the stars.
Big dream, I guess. Big night dream, I guess.
Night dream.
Reflect.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wake up pretty soon.
hallucinate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Overthink.
There's those mushrooms in the corner.
Take it.
Right. Following morning, you all wake up. Your alarm didn't go off, luckily.
Good.
I would like for someone to. We're still at a POI, not a random encounter day, so no random encounter roll today. But I would like for someone, preferably not the person who has to roll the next random encounter, I guess,
Well, and you roll
to roll a d6 to see what the weather is going to be like. I made a weather table.
Hey.
You rolled last
I
time.
rolled last time, so
I'm gonna do
Correct.
today, I think.
You're gonna be next, so.
One of you?
Who's gonna?
If you roll the weather, then the weather it can go like that.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
funny. Okay, so
Yeah, that's
D6.
A d6, yeah.
2.
2.
I'm guessing they're gonna have impact on our travel.
You are
I mean,
well. You are staring out over the stars, and in the morning you do see dark clouds
Fuck.
creep over the horizon. As this day will be a rainy day, and whilst you're inside the jungle, not as much as you're on the edge here, but if you're inside the jungle, your short range visibility is pretty bad.
have fun.
But aside from that, and the fact that you're wet and it's raining this day,
It's
it doesn't have that much extra of it. This one doesn't have that much extra of an effect, except for your short range.
Just annoying.
Becomes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that becomes harder.
Fucking.
Which way do we go?
The right way.
Well, across the canyon.
How?
Fly.
Well,
Through the rain, I
Well,
guess.
I don't think
We
flying
go
is gonna work.
across. How? Because it's
Across, like from what you can see, on foot may take a couple days.
Okay, how are we gonna get down?
This is an
We don't have
ocean.
climbing gear.
Aren't we?
Well, it's a big ass fucking river.
Can we?
For the record, you have the cliff, they have a bunch of forest, then you see a river in the distance. That is, yes, a big river, but it isn't just river. It's a river and that forest again, and then you kind of can see an elevation in
Oh,
the
okay.
distance.
Okay, let's climb down.
I mean, not today because today's not clear enough, but yesterday you could.
I mean, we
Yeah.
have climbing gear, right?
We do.
We use the climbing gear to get out.
For the record,
Waterfall.
this isn't just like you've climbed before. This is like a 6,000 foot drop and like 500 feet deep. This isn't just like a little thing. This may take you a day to climb. It's possible, but we're gonna roll some checks to do so.
Okay.
Or we featherfall.
Unless you have some other. If you jump and you featherfall, you're gonna hit the slant part of the canyon before anything else, and that's too sheer to stand on. So then you featherfall on it, and then you begin to fall.
Can't we just slide
That's no. The moment you touch the ground, featherfall ends. So you can then push and then fall.
Can we just surf down on the shield?
Sure, you can try that.
like a sled?
Oh boy.
Like in Zelda.
Just to give a comparison.
Fucking massive.
Yeah, because I compare this to the Grand Canyon. It is 6,000 feet down and 500 feet forward before you kind of reach where trees are again. 6,000 feet is 1.8 kilometers.
That's not enough
Like, it's
for
a
climbing.
big drop.
Like, let's polymorph. Fly over.
Honey,
Fly down.
That's just an hour.
I don't have polymorph anymore.
Why not? It is great.
Because we never used it.
We used it several times, and I used it.
Yeah,
Lots
you
of
use
times.
it.
I
She
don't.
doesn't.
I'm monkey.
I know.
She doesn't use
A
it.
giant eagle.
So I climb down.
My celestial can fly as well. So I don't know how long it would take to roughly go down there.
We had to
Well,
guess.
it's 6,000 feet, so...
To like go straight around.
No, going across,
Possible spell.
it's
Say
like
climb
multiple days to reach the
Yeah.
other cliff.
If you
Going
fly
down
with
may
the-
take a couple hours.
Yeah, if you go have a flying
Depending
speed
on
of
the-
60, it's what, like 100 minutes? No, wait.
If you have a flying speed of 60, and you could dash, which I should do 120. If you're flying, not if you're being carried by something your size, it would take you 5 minutes to get down.
Okay.
Of just flying and dashing down.
Technically, if you can fall and fly to the bottom, right?
Yes, you would want to make sure that you span the 500 feet, like not a completely sheer cliff. But yeah, you could allow yourself to fall, but that becomes a very tricky. That would
I've
be
also
like
climbed down
like a
as
check
giant
to
ape.
see whether or not you can aim that right.
Okay.
Because if you just let yourself
Climbed
fall,
down as a giant
then you start
ape.
falling at 500 feet
Good.
around,
I can take several people with me.
which is
because I'm
really
huge.
far.
So having a 10-minute fly would get us down safely.
Yeah, you could get down in like 5 minutes.
I can also transform in a giant ape and take everyone on my back.
Sure, and there's
Then?
a chance that the giant ape falls.
Yeah, King Kong.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
but then still.
For the record, climbing with climbing gear is completely an option, considering it's big. Where it's just there's like a little mini game that has to be done if you want to do it that way.
Why did we do that? I mean,
Because it's not necessarily the safest option compared to like safely flying, perhaps.
it can always save.
But flying
Yeah.
does cost.
Yeah, because
It
best
costs all my spell slots still.
That's the
Unless
downside
someone
of flying.
can fly on themselves or do something to get down themselves for like 5 minutes. But
How many
Well,
feet is it?
I can fly down by
6,000.
myself because I have polymorph.
That's your ring.
Oh, so the celestial pass and you can fly on yours. So,
Yeah.
how many creatures can celestial carry?
Celestial's large, right?
Yeah, so I guess
One
without
medium?
losing-
Or two small.
without losing speed.
Yeah. Or four. One medium, two small,
Or
or four tiny. But tiny is like a cat.
So,
In an hour, you could take 8 people. This much.
It would take time and it expends a resource, hence, that's the difference between climbing. Climbing doesn't cost any resources.
So without really any urgency, you could take all of them.
within an hour, all of us done? I mean, then you don't have a spell slot. But you have
Better
more
one
than
spell
that.
slot
than 3.
You have more spell slots than.
And he can get it back after.
Exactly.
So the Celestial will be at...
So the Celestial begins to fly you guys down.
Who
In
goes
what?
first?
Yeah, in what order?
I'll go first.
Why are you looking at me? Just in case anything goes wrong down there.
I mean,
If I feel
Sure.
like
Sure.
well,
I feel a little bad, but
Oh,
it's a compliment. I trust you the most
oh,
to not die.
Well, I'd say either
Thanks.
you stays up or down because
I'll go down first, just in case
because
there's
you
anything.
two can go together or with one of me.
What's the speed of Celestial?
It's 40 feet.
40.
So 80 with dash.
Yeah, how long would it take him to go 6,000 feet?
Well, I calculated you can go 48,000 feet.
Because it has to go down, up, down, up, down, up. So it has to go 12,000 feet per person.
Right, 12,000. Yep. That's right. So
But
that's a lot
only can
less.
take 2, right? Because we're small.
Could take too
So
small.
then it would
yeah.
only be 5 technically. We could take someone. Take them both. Yep, 4. That's
I mean, that way it could work. But then the kobolds have to go together. Or that can combine with the halfling.
one person would not be able to go then. So
Or
one
I
person has
cast
to go.
fly. So
I'll
it's
go
just
with-
easier
I'll
to
go.
fly with the
And you
No,
climb.
because
Because
Don't climb, darling.
it
No,
takes
no.
the
Don't.
the day.
There's only one spell slot.
No, it could work, right? You said 5 times.
No, 4 times.
4 times.
Five people then.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you, well, both.
Two
No,
people.
if you can polymorph and fly down.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
That
I
saves
did
us.
polymorph.
that's
Yeah.
the plan.
Alright, so who goes? So you fly.
I'll go first.
You go first. Or do you want to go like with Utsil
Yeah.
or okay? So the two of you go down first.
Yeah.
At relatively similar speed. After you guys
Well, watch your
disappear
hands,
over the
everybody.
edge.
Can't you take someone with you?
Yes.
I
I
mean,
can. But right now I'm already flying
As a-
down
as
because
a-
I didn't think of that.
I mean, if you want to bring someone, you can.
But now I didn't think of that.
okay.
Sure.
So
I'm already dashing down.
So the two of you make your way down with
You can
the.
fly
Wait,
up.
I can fly 80 feet.
Yeah, so you're a little faster.
Okay.
So you can fly up again. Get one of us to fly.
Yeah, it could also work.
You guys begin to like slowly ferry people down. Utsil goes first. Bree comes with you. Eventually, the two of you, over the course of like the next hour, the Celestial kind of like flies up, flies down, flies up, flies down, slowly bringing people.
I'll keep an eye out down in the.
Sure, make a perception check.
I stay in eagle form.
It's only
Make a
an hour.
perception check as Eagle.
How long does polymorph work?
same for the
An hour.
An hour.
Same for the guard.
24.
Do I have advantage?
No,
Okay.
22. Sorry.
Okay, in case anything is there,
Wow,
that will be the DC.
it's an 11.
As an eagle, you could
11.
probably take people, by the way. I mean, that could be an option as well. Then we fly
She could have,
faster
yeah,
than-
but she
Yeah, but
wasn't
she-
smart enough to do so.
Nope.
Because you're what now?
I'm an eagle. Giant
Doesn't that
eagle.
mean that you're equally as smart as Bree?
Yeah.
Which means still not smart.
Well, no, because Bree has a 9 and the eagle has an 8.
Oh,
So it's a
okay.
little
Yes, all the
different.
Big
changes.
difference.
A little bit stupider.
Yeah.
You don't notice much as an eagle.
Yeah.
The,
I'll put down a target.
does an eagle have keen sight though?
Yep. I already
Oh,
used advantage, but I
Right.
rolled pretty low.
That's pretty
And
low.
it's not
Yeah,
great
they,
of a bonus as Bree has.
then you don't notice anything else. You fly down and that's about it. But about after an hour, you guys all made your way down. It didn't take you the full day to climb down, but it cost you some resources.
How much do we still have left?
Of the day?
Yeah.
Well, assuming you guys woke up and got ready around like 9 a.m., it's currently 10 a.m.
Oh, okay.
It took an hour.
It took an hour, so
Fair.
I would like for somebody in that case to roll 2d4
It's me.
for the day.
You already switched them up, right?
I didn't
I
switch
don't
it.
like this
No?
game.
It's a 5.
Me neither.
Well, 5 was good, right? There was nothing
5
happened.
was nothing.
Okay.
Are you okay, buddy?
Just smoke magic?
Yes.
That's a bad idea.
I'm using it for magic. Not for blunts.
Yeah, that's the spell casting focus. I know someone who uses Prong as a spell
It
casting
helps me
focus.
focus.
At
We
the end
need
of
to
the
figure out
hour,
something
just
with
one
that.
concentration is up, and then I
It's
transfer
medical, man.
it back into Bree.
Okay.
Because I want to rest.
Yeah.
Want it to last.
You roll a 5, right?
I roll a 5, yes.
Okay, cool. So, you guys make your way down and begin to continue in your western direction. In your western. Okay. With the rain pouring down of you, at this point, having to wait for this long, you guys are thoroughly soaked. Also, like the flying up and down wasn't comfortable because the wind is much heavier, like halfway down the cliff. So there was just like rain coming from the sides and everything. It's pretty bad.
I'm so glad I have these glasses.
But eventually, you guys are at the bottom and you guys continue your travel. Utsul, I would like for you to make a perception check.
Yeah, sure. That is a 23.
23. Okay, you keep out a clear eye. Right, like this. You notice a little bit that this forest is a little less vibrant with life than the previous areas of the jungle. May also be just because of the rain.
But I can't notice that right now.
Yeah, but aside from that, you don't notice much. Eventually, the day grows late. You guys have traveled continuously western and correctly as well.
We haven't met the river yet.
You haven't met the river yet at the end of the day, no.
It's a big canyon.
It's a big canyon, and a jungle is really hard to like. You really don't move that fast. But in the end of the evening, you guys begin to set up camp once again. With watches, I'm assuming. In the rain, you guys set up the tents, trying to get yourself dry as best as you can. Considering it was a day with nothing, watches are no need, as the watches are taken and the hourglass is turned. But the night goes by uneventfully.
Yeah, I have a tarp that I put tight so I can sit underneath it.
I mean, don't we? Oh wait. You know,
I wanna
don't we
try
have
and-
tents? But
Wait,
While watching.
does George still have that one holy symbol, or did we overburn that guy?
No.
He still has the
still
holy
have both?
symbol.
And the
I
guy
wanna
is
try
in the
and steal the holy symbol in the night again.
Okay. Make a. Okay. What's your passive perception?
18.
What's your passive perception? Should you guys sleep in the same tent?
16?
Yeah.
Am I informed that you're trying to do this?
No,
Make a stealth check.
Then I can't help you.
that's 26.
Ah!
Okay. You managed to enter their tent,
that's what
After last
Unknown.
time as well.
but now you're going to remove this holy symbol from his neck. Under the beard and everything. That requires a sleight of hand check against only his passive perception this time.
Still an 18.
24.
24, okay. In that case, you gleefully slip the or carefully slip the necklace off of George's neck. Him none the wiser. We would assume you do this during the last watch, which is when Angie is taking watch, who is the least perceptive. Of the two.
Who is not noticing?
Who hasn't noticed the 27?
Stars. Leaves.
Rain.
Trees.
Yeah.
Cold, probably.
You all wake up the following morning. At this point, having best trying to steal the necklace before, George, you've at one point recognized that yes, you are wearing your holy symbol, but just your holy symbol. Also, I'd like for somebody to roll for you actually to roll a d6 for the weather.
I mean, I'm just casting dancing lights, but because of the rain.
A number 3.
Number 3.
Is that thunder?
Number 15.
No.
Snow.
No. That's not possible.
Just cloudy.
The clouds part and it becomes a very, very clear day. And even early in the morning at around like 9-10 a.m. when you guys are like getting ready, it becomes warm.
Oh no.
Really, really fucking warm.
Well,
which is the worst thing after it is
rain.
rain.
No.
It's getting hot.
It's actually worse. It is considered not just sunny, it is blistering heat, which means I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
You as well?
yeah, I'm such great
You as
at
well,
those.
everybody.
Fire resistant.
Yes, I would. I would give you advantage on this.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, this is not gonna help, I think.
Oh, no.
Brie, what'd you get?
You got
11?
fire resistance.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
A natural 1 for an 8.
Okay.
ow.
Okay.
Roll a natural 1.
Yeah.
Utsil, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
I figured.
It's good I had advantage.
Yeah. It's really not that high of a DC because it's just the weather.
Yeah, okay, but still.
But you have a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, but my
I
constitution
was
is shit.
also gonna
so-
ask, do we need to roll for like sickness?
No, that's not necessary.
Another sickness.
That would be part of
Like
a
you have
random
to
encounter, not
focus.
weather. But yeah, George, you notice that you wake up with 1 holy symbol less. Just tried to steal it from you before, so you would check. It's feasible to think that you do.
To be in the middle of the pack, just like. Fuck.
You guys continue to travel? Is there anything anybody wants to do in the morning specifically?
Why did you put it? Did you like put it on your neck or in your pocket somewhere? Because
It's like a
Up his ass.
well, can I see it? Because if I can see, I will say something about it. Okay, then I won't say anything about it.
Put it in my backpack.
So you stole it and
Because
I'll try to
put it
frame
in her
it.
backpack so she can. Yeah, but also because George will check your backpack and because he knows what he's looking for, he can grab it. But then it's not there, so oh, you don't have it.
Alright.
Yeah.
If there's nothing specific anybody wishes to do in the morning, you guys have arrived at another point of interest. As maybe 2 hours into your day, you begin to hear the faint rushing of water. Faint.
Like-
Soft water, yeah.
Like a little stream or something?
No, like a river.
Like a river, okay.
Let's go swim. I could use a swim.
I could use.
I didn't even know I could sweat.
Are we gonna have a beach episode now?
Beach party, yeah!
Let me get my smoke bomb.
Your tiny bikini.
No.
Wetsuit.
Zera will have some old-timey wetsuit.
Striped one.
Yes, that's what Zera will wear.
Hi. Specifically, Utsil, even with through your exhaustion, or if anybody else took over, the second person behind you would notice. Ahead of you, you spot the river. You see, you hear the rushing of the water, and peeking through the trees, you can see where the forest edge ends and the water begins. The tree line doesn't continue until about a mile beyond the eastern coastline.
Mhm.
So yes, it is a very wide river. You kind of like see it there.
It's like a running river. It's a big running river. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So can we
It's not like it's not where you would go like it's not a rough water slider thing or
No,
anything
no.
like that where you have to like you know when people
It's
do
not
with like helmets
it's
and
not
shit.
like stagnant water.
It's no, you get like it's more compared to like the Nile or the Amazon where it's like just massive
Just like the whole
but flowing. Utsil, not you because you have too low passive perception considering you're exhausted. But George and Bree, the two of you, aside from also seeing through the trees where the river probably is, you hear faint snarling and light roars coming from multiple sources in the direction of the river, of creatures.
I just see a river. I'm just like, cold
Cheer up,
river.
wait.
What?
Wait. You hear that?
The water? Yeah.
I wanna soak my feet
It's like
in this water. It sounds very alone.
Yeah, I know. Right?
You heard
Something
too,
is
George?
lurking.
I don't hear
Beasts,
anything.
probably.
Yeah, but it's in the path we're walking towards.
Do you want to go around?
I want to. Just warning you, because you look.
It's hot.
Well,
Just be. Could it be a bear?
Watching your step.
I want to pet a bear.
Bears are.
Yes, I do.
Let's go to the river.
You
they're
might
like
just-
the deadliest creatures that they know. You don't.
If
Yes.
if you think it's a problem, we can go around.
We
So
can
we-
make it friendly.
Shall we carefully continue or do we want to do something?
I mean,
I can't think really well.
let's.
What kind of snarl? Okay, can I hear the snarls once they point them out?
You at that point you kind of like begin to hear them, and their sound. If anything, they sound like reptilian, crocodile-like.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Then I can communicate with them.
Sure.
I too
You
am
do
a kind of
say.
a lizard myself.
Yes.
I don't think it works like that.
I'm kind of a reptilian myself.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're gonna speak reptilian.
Well, we can also do the little translation thing. I can speak and you can hear.
No, I'm gonna communicate in reptilian with them.
I mean, it's not a
Does it sound like
language.
or something?
It's how crocodiles communicate to each other. That's how I'm gonna communicate to them.
And how does it sound?
Have you never heard a crocodile talk?
No.
Well, then you should look it up. It's very interesting. I can boost that.
She doesn't
Well, you
know.
should
Anyway,
roleplay.
No, I
it.
actually
heard-
can't mimic that.
I've heard the turtle talk.
I think they're called turtles.
You can also do that. Maybe that works.
Let's move on,
Personally,
but carefully.
As the player can't
Maybe
mimic a
stealth going?
crocodile.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I can do a cow.
So we move stealthily.
Stealthily or
I can
either
do
just
Pikachu.
go around.
Do we have anything that aids us? Because
I
otherwise
can
I'm
do
gonna
Mario.
probably ruin the stealth.
Sweet.
It's silly.
Bree,
Hmm?
can you do your magic thingy?
For the stealth?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Bree wasn't aware that you guys were going to stealth yet. They were
Yeah.
still deep in conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
I would like for all of you to roll
So I
stealth
do
checks
that
in that case.
on my loot.
That's your casting of passes out of trace.
Yep.
That's not terrible.
That's terrible.
That is.
That'll have to do.
Ooh.
Alright, Bree, what'd you get?
A 36.
That's with disadvantage.
Oh no, right.
Oof.
Also, you rolled a... Yeah, never mind.
Where are we gonna plus?
That's a 29.
It's less than 36.
I have a plus 10 already,
Yeah.
so another plus 10 is a plus 20.
0.
18.
Bree, Bess. Sorry. 28. Utsel.
28.
28. George.
11.
11. Oh,
Roll one.
nice.
For fuck's sake!
Angie.
Damn dice, damn!
A 28.
It would be up by the way.
Is it
Then
an
Frank would
11 or
also
is
have
it
to
just a natural
He
one?
rolled
Oh, that's a
a
natural one.
35, I think.
Plus 10. He would have advantage because of...
35. It would be worse if you said 9.
Divided by 7. Gives you an average stealth check of 20, a little over 25. On average.
That's nice.
That's pretty decent.
So,
Commoners couldn't spot us.
you begin to slowly creep closer and closer to the river's edge.
Thanks for that.
And as you get closer, you begin to see the source of what this snarling and the roars are coming from. And you see all along the riverbed, all the way to the left and the right, you see large four-legged lizard-like creatures with a large sail that runs down its back. Currently, they seem to be laying near the riverbed or partially in it, eating from carcasses of this morning's hunt. You see empty nests all along the rivers with families of these creatures nearby or in the water. Most nests are some like 60 to 80 feet away from one another, as these creatures don't seem to want to have others of their kind too close to themselves. The whole area kind of like smells of a faint like ironish taste, as like there's just fish carcasses all along the river. And there aren't just a few nests. As I said, all the way as far as you can look left and right, there are just like these nests and these creatures dotted around. There's this massive like community with these creatures is situated up here. That's what you see. And then you see the river that's about a mile across.
Can we go
Are
around
these
it?
crocodiles?
Not from what you can easily see. Like these creatures take up the riverbank. This is their territory. Although you're like, how close are you guys willing to get? Because they seem to be staying at least 80 to 60 feet away from one another. You rolled pretty stealthily, but...
Yeah, you see, if I fear if we go closer, then they all picking up.
I mean,
How
they,
much
as I
space
said,
do we
they
have?
are pretty far apart from one another. They just take up most of the riverside.
How far could we possibly be? Like 60 feet?
Considering how far they are from one another, anywhere between 80 and 60 feet is probably a safe bet, especially with how stealthy you guys are being.
Yeah.
Even if they might have noticed you, if they're not trying to hunt you,
Yeah.
they may not care if you don't get any closer than that.
Yeah.
But they haven't noticed you, so you could even get closer. But then you would also immediately be in the zone that if they do spot you, they may get aggressive.
Yeah. Okay. So 60 feet then, or
Sure. But let's take 70. That's
Okay.
resistance.
How are you gonna get it close to
There
him?
are like you know, you have nests and then there's a group there, and then there's a nest with like an empty space and a nest with a group there and an empty space. Like they stay different from one another. You see some sails going through the water where they're like swimming. Some of them seem to be hunting. They just live here.
yeah.
So
Fly over it.
yeah, how long is how wide is the river?
A mile.
Could we fly over?
That's 1.6
Can we walk?
kilometers, right?
You say?
Honey,
Is that a good?
even if we walk.
Is that a good plan?
That's like five. That's like a little. That's 5,280 feet.
There's still creatures below us. I think that's the best thing.
and fly again or something.
Yeah. But now you can take one of us. Also.
Right, I could also have done that yesterday.
Yes, you could.
Ah,
But, you know, we forgot.
Or we have to move at once, because otherwise they
Yeah.
notice.
So,
Is it an idea that I take both the kobolds with me?
I mean-
Because could be a large creature, so I can carry one medium or two small. Wait.
yes.
You can make people fly, right?
So if you take them, then Des can let us fly over. That would be the
That would
best
do it.
option, I think. So, I suggest we do that.
How long would it take to cross the river then?
I mean,
About an hour again.
Okay.
I mean, no, not if you all move at the same time. It's like 10 minutes.
Okay.
5 or 10 minutes.
That's great.
Then I will pull you up.
Hoping that there's nothing in the sky that might see you.
Yeah, okay.
Rocks.
I will
shoulder angle.
I will transform into a giant eagle once again.
Sure.
Call!
That, for the record, doing that would reveal your position.
Yeah, I know.
And we're
Just,
gonna move
very-
fast from there.
I mean, she how are you guys flying? Because if so you're casting fly on 3 of
Us.
them, and you're flying on her. Okay.
I'm
And
taking both the kobolds.
Sure.
And I'm pretending I'm flying.
Yeah. So
on
that's
top of
something
it.
you don't just like turn into the bird and casually like. That's probably something you want to do quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sure.
do that.
So that's what you guys do.
Yeah.
Right. So you turn into a bird. You guys quickly climb up. You cast fly on the 3 of them, and you all begin to take off. There's like the jungle canopy again isn't easy to emerge out from for the ones flying on their own. It's more easy than for the bird. You kind of like have to like
Eagle.
you guys have to like
giant.
there's a bird in
Yeah.
there. You have to like like climb and jump through, and it takes a while. You guys get sitting on her back, catch like a bunch of like tree branches in your face before you
I
eventually
just be
emerge
very close
out.
to the-
eventually emerge out from the canopy. The 6 of you kind of like flying across, being followed by Fink, who can fly on his own. You kind of like look down. You see that these creatures who are sitting there, still like eating and existing there, kind of like they do notice you as you kind of like fly up. You see some heads kind of like turn, but you'll continue across.
What kind of creatures were they?
You don't know. You're not familiar with these
They're
creatures.
not crocodiles.
No, they're not crocodiles.
Crocodilian.
Oh.
So
Alligators.
you eventually all
How
Those look
fast
like
can you
crocodiles.
fly across. It's
How fast can you fly?
It's equal to their walking speed, right? Or not? I don't know.
I don't know.
60 feet.
it's 60 feet,
Oh, so-
and then you can dash. You guys can go 120.
Yeah. I will fly at their speed then,
Sure.
not 80 feet.
Yeah. So
Loop-de-loop.
sure. But after about like a little over 5 minutes, all of you kind of like touch base on the other side of the river, where there seems to be an absence of these creatures. They seem to be occupying that side of the river. You'll land on that side. Flying, you can also look over the canopy and see the cliff, the other cliff edge, about as far as the one you climbed down already. A similar stretch before reaching the next cliff.
What time is it in the day right now?
It would be like 11-ish, 10 or 11.
So not okay.
It would be like 11:30 by the time you guys touch down, to be sure. So you guys will touch down.
Then we move. Do you want to stay polymorphed or? How long did it take for us to cross?
Like 5-6 minutes.
How long does the fly spell take?
10 minutes.
I thought now.
No, it's in 10 minutes.
Damn.
Okay,
Then
then,
our concentration.
Damn.
then
Like halfway
we
up.
move
Just
Whoa.
before the
on foot, and then I don't know if Bree wants to stay in the bird. Because if we move through the forest, then I don't know.
I am large now. I
Yeah, spot us.
As a bird, you probably don't want to. You can definitely not fly through
Yeah.
the jungle.
Yeah.
You could
So you
fly
have to fly
above the jungle, but
above.
then you can't see them, and you're
Yeah.
traveling at a significantly faster pace.
No. So I close my
Yeah.
eyes and
Sure.
here I am.
Then
Well, that
let's
worked pretty well.
further. I suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we move.
Continuing for the rest of the day, I do need a roll for. Again, like today, especially the like flying across the river, it like exposing yourself, no shadow, no nothing, just complete blistering heat from the day. That's pretty bad.
I wanted to swim.
Yeah, but this is not safe water.
Could do that too. But...
Yeah, it's just like a little bit of water. Look.
7?
What was happening again?
Before we leave,
Let it be the thing you want it to be.
before
I would like for you to roll again.
before we leave, I want to take
A
like
1d4.
a handful of water and just like splash it in my face.
3. You guys continue traveling west, further and further into the forest. What's your marching order?
We had
With Sil,
Was it
because
frost?
he has the because like the
machete.
After
Yeah.
that, then
In the jungle, you do kind of have to walk single file.
Alright.
Yeah, so 3.
Yeah.
Then
So
I'll go.
make a perception check. You are exhausted.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Good. What do you get?
An 18.
Okay. You guys walk through the forest, and Cherry, at one point you do notice a voice kind of calling out, slow, low, and deep, in a language you don't understand. Does any of you speak Sylvan, perhaps?
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
With the helmet, or just in general?
In general.
No. Okay. Anybody else?
Nope.
Okay.
Comment, kan ik Elvish, Sylvan, Gnomish en Mossidium.
Zira, you hear a very, very a relatively distant in Sylvan. Hey you, hello.
Hello! Hello!
Hello,
Hello!
over here.
Over here!
No, here.
No!
We have no idea what's going on.
You gotta like hear this faint noise coming from like your left, from a southward direction.
And-
Probably not too far.
And from
Maybe a
Zira.
stone's throw. She just hears Zira just yelling back at it, whatever it says.
You're really good at mimicking that sound.
What is going on?
Someone is there.
Oh,
Right. What is there?
I know. Who are you?
I live here.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That is a weird question to ask.
Not with our experience.
Who are you?
We're travelers.
I don't think you need to yell. It's right there.
We have no idea what she's saying.
No,
Would you
but-
come here? I can't see you.
We can see you.
I can't see you. Follow my voice.
He wants us to go there.
That's a
Oh,
bad idea.
Wants
Does
us
he
to go
sound
where?
friendly?
Yes,
Oh yeah, I mean we can check.
Where does he want us to go then?
that direction. And I point towards the direction the voice is going from.
Is it way off?
Is it?
You can hear the voice, and it may be like a stone's throw away, like 60, 70 feet away from
Okay.
your path.
Well, let's go there then, right?
I mean it's nearer.
Sure. You guys begin walking in that direction. You hear a voice going, "Thank you," even though you just walk there. You begin to like you raise your machete, and you begin to like slice through, and you hear like, "Could you not do that?
Why not?
That hurts."
Are you the forest?
No,
Then how does it hurt?
not me.
Okay, you need to stop.
Oh. Okay.
With what?
You kind of like pass through, and you begin to follow the voice. You kind of like look to your left at one point, and there's like this thick tree. And you see like a very rudimentary shape of a face that's like in the side that's like slightly moving.
Hi.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
It's talking tree.
Do I know what it is?
It's a tree.
Is that a stupid face?
Yeah. You stumble upon a 15-foot tall awakened tree that speaks in Sylvan, with his face facing in an eastern direction. They go, "I think I could use your help."
With what?
Well, if you see
I didn't know.
some of the trees nearby,
Still can't.
they're not doing too well.
You need us to water them?
No, they look kind of weird.
Weird how?
You kind of begin to like look around, and in the general vicinity of this tree, kind of like on its northeastern side, you see that there's like a couple of these trees that seem to be like overtaken with like this blackish mold that kind of like formed all the way over them, and you see like the bark itself is starting to change shape. The leaves are kind of like drying out. As it's some kind of like disease-ish that seemed to have made its way in there.
Do I know what it is?
Like a nature check.
Yeah.
Something new.
Sure. With disadvantage.
Yeah.
You're not familiar.
13.
Not familiar. Upon your noticing of it, the face kind of goes, "It's been spreading, and I can't take it down. I felt your footsteps on, so I started calling. I didn't expect you to respond, but it's nice that you did."
We're just looking at I know what you're saying, because no one else did.
That is good then. Could you take care of before it spreads to my friends?
Okay, he wants us to help. Those trees are sick and we need to fix it.
And how exactly are we
Fix
gonna
it
do
how?
that?
I don't know.
Can I find where
I'm
it's
not a
coming
tree doctor.
From? Like a
Make an
source?
investigation
You're
check.
closest to a doctor from us.
That's true.
Yeah, or him. Like he
15.
can heal.
With a 15, you can
Can
kind of
bring
like it's
people
easier
back
to
to life.
trace where this like mold comes
Yeah,
from.
okay.
Comes
They're
from.
creatures.
And
nature.
they do seem to like converge on a point that is just like this mound of gross, this like ball of mold that kind of just like started existing as some kind of like, just like festering disease.
I start.
As you kind of like wipe some like from because it kind of like spreads out with all these like tendrils, right? If you like scrape some of the mold away, you see that the earth beneath it, just the dirt itself, has also turned pitch black.
That's not good.
Do we have some kind of shovel or something?
Set it on fire?
That's full.
You think that will work?
Burn it away?
And the trees?
I mean, if you just burn at one specific spot.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
but-
aim.
You don't have to use a whole fireball that is a very big area.
No, but like if it catches fire and it spreads to the.
And someone has maybe a water spell or something.
Can't we just like take a little bit of the mold before?
As a big
I don't
axe.
think that's gonna do the job.
I mean, are those trees still alive under the mold or are they already
Make a
dead?
nature check.
That's a 17.
The 3 trees that have been infected are thoroughly dead.
Oh, we can just burn those trees. They're dead.
Although you see that they're dead, but the black moss you see it from, or the mold from their like small tendrils, like kind of like extend as well, and they like pulse almost like veins.
Yeah.
Of course.
So the trees are dead, although they're being like taken over almost.
Can I detect magic on
parasite.
that mold?
Make a sure. Do you have detect magic?
Yeah, I have.
Sure. The mold. Make a perception check.
Can
Even
I-
with detect magic up.
Can I mind sliver the? Never mind.
You want to mind what?
Mine's level the mold.
The center.
Oh, the mold doesn't have a no.
No, not the tree.
I mean, yeah, the tree would probably work
That's
on.
19, right?
What?
No, that's a 2.
That's a perception check.
I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, you don't see anything of the mold itself, although that big ball of pus is given off like faint conjuration magic,
Okay, so
Can't I
but
just?
nothing beyond.
what I want to.
Very faint with a 2.
I mean, I have this pick. Can I just like throw it in there, or just like
I
start
mean,
hacking?
what we can do is like put a circle around it, like get the dirt away and all the flammable things, and then fire.
With you or what shovel?
Well, I mean,
With your hands?
I mean, that's the only option I have.
Angie, let's call my uncle because he knows how to do this.
Yeah.
He grows greens in his garden.
Ah yes. Let's.
I mean, we have magic. Let's use that.
let,
I mean,
let's
but
cast.
I don't want to set the forest on fire.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, we're gonna use spell risking our life to garden.
I have water.
Firebolt center of this ball.
Can't I just like
Sure.
I could just like try and hit
You
it?
want to hit it with the pickaxe?
Yeah.
Sure. Which one do you guys do first?
No, she's probably first.
It's up to you. You were kind of hesitant, so.
I'll just let you hit it first,
I want to see what
and
it
if
is.
something happens, I will
Sure.
instant fireball.
You hit it with a pickaxe. It doesn't move. It's easy enough to hit. Upon you, like the pickaxe kind of like sinks in as if you like sink it into like almost a cake.
Mm-hmm.
And as just the pickaxe like a couple inches in, it, and there's just blackish ooze that detonates in like a 20-foot radius, just,
Shit. It's
and it like it covers a bunch of the nearby like bushes and trees.
can I remove it from?
You want to touch it?
No.
Can I mage hand remove it?
Yeah,
If he
like,
says
like
that
there's
you
there's
don't
like
wanna
like, like
touch.
like chunks of this mold that now lie flat against other. It exploded in a pretty big radius, but you can like from some trees you can like begin to like slide it off and it, like leaves this nasty ash like oily like remnant.
So and what's
Let's use it
left
back.
of the middle piece?
This like deepish pit of like tar almost.
If I set it on fire, it will burn.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it looks like tar. Whether or not it is tar, you're not sure.
Set it on fire.
Can you clean
By
it
the way,
up?
this is the tree can't see this, so the tree kind of goes, "What's happening?"
There was this very weird bubble of mold thingy, and now it has
Explode.
exploded, and there's pus everywhere, and we're gonna set it on fire.
Oh no!
Does anyone have like the cleaning magic?
I am.
Yeah, prestidigitation.
Thank you. Ah.
Prestidigitation.
Let's digitate
Prestidigitation.
everything.
Nice.
All the trees.
I forget
Sure.
every time I have it.
You get with
So it's
prestidigitation and taking about like half an hour, you can clean yourselves and most of the
Half
trees.
an hour. I can do it per 6 seconds.
Yeah,
But it's a lot.
but it
It's a
exploded
lot.
in a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, and it's a 10 feet range.
Yeah, 10-foot
Yep.
range, but you can only do 1 foot cube
Yeah.
at a time.
Right.
Anyways,
You can clean everything that is infected because of the explosion after half an hour is clean again, but that leaves the 3 trees that were already infected.
Did it touch us?
Yes.
And
Did
she cleaned us.
happen?
I was next.
Not immediately, no.
She cleaned us fast enough.
Okay, so
Sure.
what are we gonna do now?
Otherwise
Set
you
it
would-
on fire.
Otherwise, you would have us made another check or something. So.
First has to enter your system.
I'll set it
Yeah.
on fire.
Okay, it begins to burn as a small fire pit. It doesn't seem to spread throughout the mold. The mold that has already infected the other tree seems to stay. Not be affected by you setting this on fire. Although grabbing it at the core may prevent the core from spreading out further.
Yeah.
But that doesn't leave the festering of these trees
can I-
slowly
can I-
to continue.
Can I?
Down the dead trees. Or set those on fire as well.
Only in a controlled environment.
Does anyone have
Hmm,
blight
could be.
or something?
Blight?
Blight.
Oh, blight?
Like for plants.
No, none of you are druid.
None of us are plant people.
Yeah. That's great that we have
Oh, I
this
do have a shovel.
mission.
Fucking hell!
I mean, you guys can also just walk away. The tree's not gonna come after you.
I mean,
No.
It's a kind tree. We want to help it.
Yeah, then I
We're not that bad.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, if I had 4th level, I could cast Blight.
Oh.
Can I remove the black goo that's pulsing from the...
How do you remove it?
Touch it.
Carve it out like with your machete or something.
I mean, fireballs is setting it on fire.
Yeah, set it on fire. The tree is dead already.
Yeah.
I can also just shatter it. Thunder damage.
Nah,
I'm not sure if that's gonna do anything.
No. I'll set it on fire.
And like this small flame on this. It's a big tree, like it's a jungle tree.
Yeah, but
And
I aim at the mold.
Sure.
This
tree
this
is
tree is
already
more
dead.
mold than tree.
It is something
Yeah,
magical, right?
the tree is thoroughly dead,
It did,
but the mold is taking over. When the firebolt kind of like ends, if the fire like stops, you notice that the surface mold is gone, but the wood underneath is thoroughly black. In the same way that the dirt on the ground, even when you remove the dirt, the mold was thoroughly black.
I mean, we could try.
The fire wasn't spreading through the mold.
No.
Am I still detecting magic?
Sure.
I am?
No, not after the prestidigitation, actually, because detect magic only lasts for 30 or 10 minutes.
But there was magic there, right?
Yes, there was very faint conjuration magic from
And was
the
it still there
core.
after it exploded?
After it exploded, yes, it would still remain.
Well,
Then I guess do it.
we have. I'm not the only one, I guess, who has dispel magic.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
as
also
well.
have dispel magic.
No.
Let's
I don't.
dispel the magic, I guess.
Yeah, we can try. I mean,
No, I don't have dispel magic, by the way. Sorry. I have counterspell. That's something
I
else.
have. I can only
I'll
cast it twice.
counterspell this.
I can
Sure.
cast it 3 times.
Counterspell.
I will cast dispel magic.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
Just to see.
But not at the tree. No, if he's magic.
But
The tree is already dead.
No, the talking tree.
We're not even aiming at that tree.
Yeah, that
Well,
actually.
anyway,
So I make a spell
Charisma check.
charisma check. It's an 18.
18, okay. You cast Dispel Magic
Plus
on it.
4, 22.
22. You cast Dispel Magic on the core, and you see the core, like, it was already on fire. It kind of, like, seems to diminish almost, and kind of, like, disappear mostly. And the tendrils kind of, like, begin to fade. That super dark blackish color begins to fade over the course of, like, the next 2 minutes. But on the trees, it remains there.
Can we scrape it off?
If you scrape it off, then you see that the wood
Oh,
underneath is thoroughly black.
so we need to do it on the trees as well.
Yes, that was the first time I cast it.
I mean,
You
I mean,
already
you
did.
already
We
did.
can
One of them
first
is like
try-
slowly burning.
we can try on one tree to see if it does anything.
Well, she just did. It
No,
was-
she was talking about this.
Oh, yeah. No.
With your make another perception check. Or you don't have dispel magic up again, right?
I mean, now I do.
Go. Make another perception check.
Okay, this time don't roll a natural one, please.
It's 120.
Thank you, 21.
With that, you see after dispelling that pit that was on fire, there's no conjuration anymore. Anywhere, there was never conjuration to begin with on the trees.
But we still need to get rid of the dead trees. Because they're dead.
So it didn't do.
The magic is done.
Okay, the magic is done.
But what are the ends still pulsating?
Yeah, it's like
Can I chop the
plant.
ends off? Like,
I mean, it's like mold, and then it has like tiny little roots out from that. It's not really a thing you can do with a machete. It's more like a scalpel.
The
Oh.
entire tree needs to go.
But that's the same thing,
away.
like scraping off the
I
mold.
don't have an
didn't-
axe.
Like scraping off the mold didn't do
Who
that.
has an axe?
Nobody, but I can
I have a
set
shovel
all
and a
the
pickaxe.
all dead trees on fire, but it's just gonna take a long while.
How large is this tree?
It's like that big.
Is it like a medium or large
It would be.
target?
It would occupy a 5 by 5 foot space.
So medium.
Could I guess?
Yeah.
Can I just do a scorching ray on all the trees?
I mean, that's like a scorching is like a bolt like that. It's like 3 fire bolts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And still.
You could set them on fire. Yeah.
If I cast immolation, would the tree still
Sure.
stay on fire, or is it
No,
just
if the tree would fail, we'll yeah, the tree can't fucking
Catch
dexterity save that
fire.
shit.
until the spell ends?
Yeah, it would catch on fire, and then after when it dies, it will go up in ash.
Yeah, and then the
Sure,
molds will
you
be
can do that.
gone.
And
But there's
yeah.
three trees.
But the tree asked
And I only have
us
2
to-
immolations.
Then one tree will burn down the old school way. I'll do all 3 on that one tree that's already burning, because that one will burn down the old school way.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
So on the trees that
Alright.
aren't burning yet, I will
How long does
cast
immolation take?
up to 1.
Yeah, so you set 2 of the trees on fire using 2 castings of immolation. And after about like 30 seconds, they die and they completely go up in ash. Which does remove any mold, I guess. It's a relatively controlled fire. Those trees are gone. There's 1 tree remaining though that still has this issue.
Yes, I will.
Fireball.
Most
Firebolt.
most of this is all happening outside of the vision of the tree with the face.
Oh yeah, I'll just walk up.
That's maybe a good thing.
So the thingy, the magic mold, we fixed that. But your friends, they are no longer with us.
I noticed they were gone.
Yeah, so, but since, they're... I'm sorry for saying it this way, but their corpses still have the mold, so we need to get rid of them.
That's what I asked. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're doing
Just
now.
to get rid of the sickness.
We're doing that right now.
I mean, you know
Make
what
a perception check, by the way.
say after a fire that the soil is
19.
more.
19. As you walk
Yeah,
kind of like
sure.
back around
That's
the
why
tree to go back to that one tree you still have to take
Yeah.
care of, you notice that the back side of the tree with the face kind of like has some of the mold, like
No!
lower on the back end of it.
No! No! We need to clean it!
What?
Oh, prestidigitation though?
Does that do anything?
It can scrape the mold off,
Yes.
which makes it physically clean, but the black is still the
we
black
cut-
tendrils can still remain through it.
Can we cut the black so
Cut it out.
with his
Try to.
permission?
If we would dispel magic on the tiny bit of mold, would it go away? Is my question. Because I'm not gonna let this tree be molded.
The smaller pieces don't seem to be shedding any magic.
I mean, I'm still burning the last tree I can.
You
Yeah, the
keep
last
burn-
tree is like at this point fully enveloped in fire, but it won't go up in dust, so it's a bit longer of an affair.
How much is the tree affected?
The tree with the face?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to have noticed that it's infected at all.
And it's clean, but there's still a bit of black mold.
Maybe you should
There's
tell-
significantly less black mold on this one than any of the other trees, considering this one isn't dead yet.
Yes.
Maybe you should.
Okay.
Do something.
Yes, I shall tell him. Dear tree, sir,
Yes.
There's a bit of mold on your behind.
What?
There's a bit of mold on you, but it's not a lot, and we can get rid of it, but I don't know how, except for the ways that will hurt you, because we can just cut it out, but then you
That's
will be
not
hurt.
good.
But it's on you and it can spread, and I don't want that.
Those other trees are dead.
Yeah, so if we hurt you a little to cut it all out, then you will not die, but you will be a bit hurt, because we have to cut it out of you.
Okay, I think. I can't move.
That's what I still want your permission.
You can try, but it's gonna hurt.
Yes.
Can I heal the tree?
My friend says she can heal. She will try to heal you.
Okay.
Okay, let's cut out this mold. Give me the machete.
I can heal him a little
I'll
bit.
give the machete.
The machete's like half your size.
Okay.
I can also.
Yes, you do it.
make a. This would be like a. I would say the sleight of hand check to like not take off too much of the tree.
God.
Okay, maybe you should do it.
Can I also use nature? No. Survival.
This would be. This would be sleight of hand because this is aiming to not cut off too much of the tree.
Anyone better at like sleight of hand?
You.
I mean, what is your sleight of hand?
A +3. +2.
Mine is +4.
I have +1, so no.
Give me the eggs.
The eggs?
Yeah.
The eggs.
It's a machete, but here.
Also, I'll enhance your abilities, so you have advantage.
For the next hour.
Yes.
Okay.
On cutting down trees.
Make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
That's bad. That's a 14.
Okay. As Bess begins to like whack in on this tree, like trying to carve out piece of this tree, it will take like at least 15 minutes to remove whatever's on this tree. And throughout the entire process, you just hear, oh, just like this sad, low wailing. Oh.
I will cure
just about 15 minutes long in the blistering heat of the day.
I will cure wounds once in a while.
I use my.
I would say it would take 3 cure wounds to like not make it too bad.
Yeah.
Unless you want to let them suffer through it.
No.
That's up to you.
I use my universal speech ability to make him understand me, and I'm trying to comfort him, like with persuasion. It's gonna be
Make a
okay.
persuasion check.
It's gonna be okay.
Does he need water?
We can give him some afterwards.
It's
because
a 23.
Okay.
I have a +12 on
With the combination of the
persuasion.
cure wounds shortly after, like it continues to wail a little bit, but not super loud after the first couple minutes.
She's gonna heal you.
As you
It's gonna be
continue
fine.
to cast cure wounds, and like it, whenever Bess cuts out a piece of the black that is rooted deep into the tree, you cure wounds, and like the like freshly cut wood turns kind of like aged, almost as if it's like a scab, so to say. At the end of it all, the tree is like healed completely, but there is like a very uncomfortable 15 minutes where you're carving into this tree. The other tree by this point kind of like and falls over, still on fire.
Can
but falls
someone
over.
extinguish the fire, maybe?
After I'm done chopping away the tree, I take out the trident and I cast Tidal Wave.
Nice,
And
yeah.
it also hits the tree that I've been chopping.
Oh sure,
down.
yeah. So along the tree kind of like flows over into the where you guys are all standing. The water kind of in the blistering heat. It's really nice to suddenly have water appear out of fucking nowhere as it kind of just flows
I want to
over
begin the
everywhere,
tidal wave.
extinguishing the fire and nutrient the
I
or
need to
watering
make a dexterity saving throw.
The tree that was on fire,
Yes,
is it still black from mold or like black from fire?
make an investigation check.
It's both. Both.
That's a 19.
It is completely black because it was on fire. But you do find that where the mold was, you see that it kind of like that burned away completely, which is the reason it fell over. That weakened the lower bit where it connected so hard, because from the bottom up, most of the inside of the tree, and kind of in tendrils out from there, is burned away completely, leaving this like weird, almost anthill-like structure on the or termite structure on the inside of the tree, as whatever was taking this tree over has been burnt out completely.
Okay, nice. Yeah, we did something good for all.
Yes.
The tree has like a little bit of like tree sap like out of the eyes.
I'm so sorry. No. But the mold is gone now.
That is good.
It's entirely gone. The source is gone. The trees that had it are gone.
Thank you.
And it's out of you.
That is good.
It's
It
like a
has
saying
been
in
there.
Dutch. We wil zijn wat pijn lijden. It wants to be beautiful and clean. Does
It
suffer
has
some
been
from
there
time to
for
time.
many moons, so it's good that it's gone.
I'm glad we could help.
Thank you.
Have a nice life.
Can I have a machete?
Thank you. You too.
Here.
I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure she wants to help me.
He says thank you. What's your name, Tree? Or should I just call you Tree?
There's no one who came by before to... What's a name?
It's what you call someone else. Like my name is Zera. That's what everyone calls me. Unless they really know me, then they call me Thunderbolt.
Make a deception check. With disadvantage.
I assume Zera just like buckles down with laughter as well.
Almost, yeah.
We don't
Hence the
understand
disadvantage.
Yeah.
But I have a laughing fit because she can understand me, but you can't really understand me.
What? I can't understand you.
I feel like I shouldn't have the disadvantage for the laughing because I did that out of character.
No.
Where is...
No, it's canon.
Ah, yes, 7.
7, okay.
Otherwise it would have been an 18.
The tree goes, okay, Thunderbolt. I don't have that.
Well, what would you like to be called?
I don't know.
We're not gonna call another amazing NPC Steve.
Oh yeah, that's
The tree's impaled by a spear.
We're not gonna call him Steve. I'm still not recovered from the last scene.
a mold.
I don't have a name, and there aren't many things here that can say names. You can say names,
Yes.
but that tree over there can't. Nor can that tree over there. And it kind of like just like the eyebrows can slowly kind of like point towards trees in the nearby vicinity, where this is the only one that can talk.
Call him Fairy Tale Tree. It's just like in the
SpongeBob.
in the amusement park. They have to name.
The folklore tree.
Yeah, folklore tree.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Eyebrow.
Mr. Eyebrow.
Okay, Thunderbolt.
Eyebrows.
You're gonna be sending letters to him, aren't you?
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
you
Wait.
read?
What's reading?
That's dark.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I just thought about it more.
Oh, shit!
That's kind of dark, yeah.
So imagine sending someone like, here is a piece of skin with text on it.
I thought about it, yeah.
That's pretty dark.
That's maybe too dark.
Well then, luckily my amazing bird can also do the speaking.
That is good.
Here's the speaking.
I will look forward
skin.
to the appearance of a bird.
Yes, it's this bird specifically because I haven't sent it out yet.
That is a weird bird.
I made it myself.
Out of paper.
Ah.
Yes.
Impressive.
It's this.
That's a small bird.
But it can speak. Like this. Say hi to Mr. Eyebrow. Send this to Mr. Eyebrow.
It kind of like it flies less than a foot from you. It says hi, and then it kind of like falls down and then
Nope.
sits there.
And now you can say something to the bird.
Hello.
And
And again, then waits, and the bird kind of like gets up, turns around, goes, hello.
See, that's what the bird does.
For fuck's sake.
That's pretty neat.
So
What
once
do you
in a
do
while,
that
this
for?
bird will come and tell you some cool stories.
I like that.
Then you have to, but you have to ask for it back.
Well, it will come back automatically even without an answer
Yeah. After a while, I think.
after 24 hours.
Oh,
Even if it doesn't have an answer, it will come back.
that's not
Like, it can do the talking, but also can do the riding.
That's cool.
Well, the riding is just carrying an actual ladder.
So, you say goodbyes to Eyebrows.
Mr. Eyebrows.
Mr. Eyebrows. And Mr. Eyebrow.
Eyebrow.
And you continue.
a singular eyebrow.
Eyebrows. Wait, how does his brow look? Like
It's like a unibrow. Like
actual-
no, it's like a thick,
That-
square unibrow.
see?
Of,
Eyebrow.
Eyebrow.
I was right.
yeah. You guys continue on your path westward, and Utsel, you cut like through the first bit of trees, and we hear, "Don't do that."
No, Zira hears that.
Yeah, at which point Zero would probably translate. So there's like a moment of like the next like 50 feet, you guys like uncomfortably push through the forest, but you continue on your.
Afterwards, I'm just like, no, fuck
Yeah.
this. Just dig school along.
By the time it begins to get dark, you assume you may be a few hours away from the next cliffside, but it is time to take a rest. So, 3 watches. I would like 3 perception checks, please. Tell me whether or not you're doing something specific. If
I'm gonna
anybody's
take
doing anything
watch with
specific.
Utsel this time.
Sure.
I'll take last watch again.
I feel like that's
I will
appropriate
be
for
together
some
with
reason.
That's a 2!
Alright, so what's the perception checks of first watch?
That is for me.
Can I make one with the dragon, or don't I
One
have
sec.
to make one?
What's second watch?
This is with disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
10. And what's third watch?
That's me and
That's
then.
a 16.
Yeah.
16, okay.
Okay, then I'll
That
make
was
one
also
with
with
dragon.
energy.
Right.
Oh, that's even better.
That's a 14.
So,
I'm also their third watch, and for mine is 24.
is there anything you guys want to do specifically during first watch?
I feel like you want to talk to me. But no, I wanted to talk to you as well.
Yes. I figured.
I didn't ask. But
No, I'm just all-knowing. Also, I had a very weird dream. And I wanted to tell you about it. Yes. Because my dream was about you!
that's odd.
Yes.
What would you dream about?
You were wearing a very pretty dress and you looked beautiful. That was my dream.
It's an odd thing to dream. I mean,
I dream about everyone. I once dreamed about George talking to a duck.
you'll have to tell me about that someday.
Oh well. I had a dream multiple times. But I know.
About the duck.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. Is the duck attacking George?
No, they're arguing, I think. I don't speak duck, but George does in my dream.
I'm gonna ask him about if he speaks duck. I'm gonna assume that he does now. But that is very nice. I mean, you're good with like potions and stuff, right?
Yes, I am trying to make more, but making potions takes a lot of time, and we're not really a long time at one place at a time unless we all have to do something.
That is fair.
But I am good at making potions.
Do you think there's something that can like, change your form? Make you
Oh,
more
most
feminine?
definitely. And if it isn't there, I will make it.
Could you make one for me?
Of course I can. I'll just have to figure out how, but I will figure out how.
That would be great. I'd like to,
You want to become a duck?
No, we'll save that one for George.
Yes.
George, during second watch, is there anything, aside from turning the hourglass, anything specific you want to do?
Fight the duck!
I'll wake you up with quack.
A weird way to be woken up.
Any particular reason this night you decided to quack?
I thought that would be funny.
Okay.
Anyways, nothing spectacular.
George will. Watch wasn't too good because he's paranoidly now looking if there might be anything duck related spying on him.
No ducks, but there may be.
In that case, George will just take the entire one. We'll stay awake.
Last watch. There are the two of you.
Yeah.
Anything specifically you guys want to do?
No, not really.
Okay.
I want to talk to Angie.
Well, she's there.
Mm-hmm. How are we now exactly?
I mean, what do you mean?
What kind of place are we?
The jungle?
Well, I mean, the two of us, Angie.
She does not want to talk about it, I feel like.
Yeah, that's why I want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did the thing, you know.
I know, but I don't know.
Not really moved past it, I feel. You've not betrayed us yet, so that's the thing.
How
Jesus.
that hit harder than Vicious Mockery, I think.
I mean, yeah, well, you tried, I mean, not you, but the sword, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you did. Yeah, and from the two of us, I mean, I'm not the crazy one. Even though you said so.
Yeah, I don't think I'm crazy anymore. Well, for a part then. Yeah, in a way. But still, for what it's worth. And I pull out the ring she made for me.
Damn, you have not sold it yet?
No, why would I sell it?
Ah!
Damn, that's cool, Angie.
I didn't want to sell it because I want to let you know that even though you don't trust me anymore,
I still trust you.
Not there.
I would still give my life for you. And I still hold on to this until I probably sometime can make it up for what I did.
I mean, you know, for I will not speak of that. Well, we'll see. You know, you're still part of this party, of this group, so you'll be fine. You don't have to give your life for me.
I certainly do not know if I have to because, yeah, being in that void was not quite nice. But, I mean, yeah, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're sure that I don't. It is not that I do not trust you, really.
She said so.
It's just.
Oh, yeah.
It's still. Yeah, you've not proven anything yet. And that's that awkward conversation, I guess.
After this long rest, by the way, Utsil, you do get rid of your level of exhaustion.
Hey.
So,
And we get 5.
I would like one new person to roll d6, which I think is you.
That's me.
And you guys finished a long rest, so any spell slots or hit points? Another 3.
All of them are back.
Which means that the blistering heat continues the second day. It's been an uncomfortable, like warm, sweaty ass night. There's just buzzing insects inside your tents, however well you try to get them out. I would like for everybody to make a constitution saving throw.
Oh!
My butt crack is like the canyon.
Well, that's
Also,
a crazy
a
one-liner.
big river
What?
running through it.
That's a diarrhea.
Bushy with a big
I was thinking
river.
sweat, but sure.
Yeah.
Alright. What'd you get?
12.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
16.
Oh wait,
Okay.
shit.
17.
Okay.
16.
Oh. Constitution, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Saving throw.
Yeah. So that's
12. You all succeed. None of you suffer a point of exhaustion. But it's uncomfortably hot again today. You all get ready. Around like 10 a.m.
Can you do another tidal wave?
Is it like moist or is it like
No,
dry?
it's just it is moist and fucking warm.
Yeah,
And in the sun, it just becomes burning warm. Like
Yeah,
after a
it's-
few seconds, it
Because
just
we're in
begins
the
to become
jungle, so it's
uncomfortable.
always humid, and
Yeah.
then the heat, that's...
And we were wet 2 days before because of the rain.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
feel like
That hasn't gone away completely yet. Like even
we're
the
still clammy.
yeah.
Like mold
I
is
mean,
growing
you
in your
don't
shoes.
change and let them dry up with the fire.
I know
I
two
do.
people who sleep in their armor.
Yeah.
Like, I have multiple
How
outfits.
will you
is
do
the
it,
thing.
Star?
Just don't wear clothes.
Also an option. But you know, I really
I
like
sweat to
these.
death.
I really
That's
like
fair,
this
that's
swimsuit I apparently
In
have
armor?
now.
I'm
Sure.
so glad that I have this.
I just imagine different outfits for Sarah and I get them.
No, that's I want. Yeah, that's
And
why I
then
asked.
I do
Because
magical
don't-
girl transformations.
Fine.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I ruined your tower.
I was ringing the
So.
3 times already, so.
You guys continue your travel westward, and as expected, about 2 hours later, about midday, you guys arrive at the area where the steep incline begins, and you kind of like see through the trees that at an angle you can see the top of the western cliff.
We start climbing.
You can climb if you want to,
You start climbing.
or you can expend resources to fly
You
again.
really want to climb, don't you?
I
I'm
mean,
not
we
that
have
You
to
don't want to
climbing
fall,
gear.
don't you?
But I'm not that good at climbing. Like, an entire day of climbing is not a good idea. Small climbing stuff, we can do the small climbing gear.
That's true.
I feel like I'm the only one who's actually like. Well, maybe George too.
Like,
Who's good at climbing.
you want me to do it? It will take me a week to
You're
climb
strong.
this.
Good climbing though.
But you're strong.
That has little to do with climbing, I feel
I
like.
mean, it helps.
You have strength.
Maybe, but then also wear armor
Well, yeah.
and
Except,
an anvil
yeah, that's true. And a big ass hammer
and a hammer,
and a shield.
tools.
Uh-huh.
Having this be your path ahead, unless you want to divert some other direction, how do you guys want to get up?
Spells?
Giant
I'm not a spellcaster here.
Giant-
I mean, I agree, but I have no spells for it.
Giant,
Me
eagle.
neither.
Giant eagle again?
But then take some people with you.
Just like last time. I then took people with me. So.
Yes.
Would the eagle be the only thing ferrying people?
But I could do that.
Oh, you cast fly on through them?
Would there be enough flying?
Yes, fly. It takes about 60, or it would take you about 5 minutes to get up, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
120 feet with dash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
okay.
also fly you up and fly you up, fly down and get you up.
Yeah, but this faster.
Yeah, just like
Meaning we're
I'm-
not
I can
strapped
fly
to
80
people
feet,
flying.
dash 160, so
Yeah, but if you carry both of us and they're flying at the same time.
yeah, okay. Just it would save us a spell slot.
I have my worst case practical magic. Even worse. Like, okay, I had 6 short rests, I get 1 back.
Yeah,
Like, worst case, I have my go back.
By the way, I used the one that was in the.
Where do we end up?
Well, you can. So you cast fly, and you use polymorph spell, and all of you make your way up on the cliff. As I said, about 5 minutes.
I am again pretending like
You
I'm
get
flying myself.
you get on top over that cliff. You can look back across the massive.
See like heat waves.
Yeah, you see like heat waves through, but now it's aside from the waves, it's a clear day, so you can like see over most of the canyon again, just your path behind. Because it's still early in the morning and you guys didn't choose to climb, which would have taken a couple hours. I would like for somebody to roll a random encounter for 2d4.
7.
Hey.
7. Okay.
I also have a 7.
Check.
Need to roll a d4 again.
I would like for you to roll a d4.
4.
You guys head into the jungle, the second part of your journey. That's where we're going to be taking a short rest for ourselves. So we'll be back within in about 10-15 minutes as we're going to grab drinks, go to the bathroom, take a breath.
A short rest is an hour, actually.
I will shoot you in the... We'll be back shortly. And welcome back, everyone, to the second half of episode 70. We're going to continue where we left off a moment ago, as you guys successfully had reached the top of the western cliff of this canyon, continuing further and deeper into the jungle. You guys continue because you have quite a bit of day left as this happened in rather early in the morning. And around midday, you guys begin to venture through a wider, like a smaller canyons. Maybe you can run to one side and touch the other side, but continuing on your way, you kind of get funneled into that. Just a natural occurrence. High walls on either side, giving you shield from the blistering sun, which helps. And inside this canyon, you find some respite from the hot and moist jungle air. Kind of continue, and the width of the canyon kind of varies, but it's sometimes you don't realize that you are in a canyon because of the trees, and then you are because they kind of verge together again. A few hours later, Utsil, Bree, no, this is you guys got out of the massive valley, and then you kind of get funneled into the natural way that you walked. You kind of and suddenly you are in a smaller canyon. As I said, you can run to one side, touch the wall, run to the other, touch the wall again. It's much more the cliff sides are not as high.
I mean, I definitely would do that.
Sure. I mean, then you start lagging behind after twice touching the wall.
Nah, I just would do it for a second.
But after a few hours of walking, later somewhat in the mid-afternoon, Bree, Chera, and George, you guys begin to hear a heavy rumbling, almost like a very heavy rumbling, almost like an earthquake, but with heavy stomping and lots of it.
No.
This is not the same as being slowly approached by Bloodbane.
Okay.
For the record.
No,
It's different.
It's a stampede from the Lion King.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Ostriches?
And those same people, you kind of look back and you see the trees kind of the smaller trees at least being knocked down, as you see a massive herd of these large, thick-footed, scaled creatures just rush through, being scared of something, rushing through this valley.
Everybody up.
This canyon.
Move, people!
Behind you.
Move.
They're coming up
Okay.
behind you.
We started running.
One second. Give me.
Let's get away.
Can we?
One second. So-
We're entering a chase.
Yeah, no, not exactly.
Well, same mechanics.
No. What you guys notice, the creatures that are behind you have these thick, round feet, these small, tiny heads, and a very bulbous back that is
Hippos?
filled with these hardened
Elephant?
plates. No, there's a bulbous back with plates.
That's all
Like the
hippos.
dinosaur?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
And
like
you s- their tails kind of wag behind them. At the end of the tail, there's 4 of these massive spikes
It's
that
a dinosaur.
swipe
Yeah,
left and
that's a
right.
dinosaur.
These creatures, all being crammed into the canyon, are right next to one another whilst trying to run. Sometimes some run into trees, knocking them over, knocking each other over, and they're coming up behind you fast.
But is it the dinosaur?
It is
Yes, it's a dinosaur.
Yes, I knew it.
It's like
For the player's imagination, your characters don't know this. This is a herd of Stegosaurus
Yes.
Nice.
that is
Zero
trying,
loves dinosaurs.
that is stampeding your direction, not waiting for you.
We should
Up.
run.
So I need. This is going to be a skill challenge. I need 5 successful skill challenges, or you guys are may get trampled by Stegosaurus, suffering a fuck ton of damage. So, who has a way of aiding your party in evading this?
I can only just levitate us up. And we'll leave him up.
I was thinking maybe make an acrobatics check so if you see if you can jump on the back of the Stegosaurus.
Jumping on the back is a very tall order. Using acrobatics to dodge could be a way, perhaps.
Okay,
Jumping on the back is a bit much.
I have +1 on acrobatics. This
Well, specifically considering there's like these hardened plates on the back.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say like I will climb up and then grab people up so we can.
Can I
Like-
try,
Well, start with this.
Yeah.
can I try and jump out of the way?
Sure, use acrobatics. I'll say DC 14.
Nope, that's
That's one failure.
shit. Sorry, I'm not doing that again.
How high up is the? Because we're in a canyon, right? How high up is the? Canyon edge?
They're like 60 to 80 feet high.
I was gonna say like start getting people up above the canyon edge.
These creatures are coming up right behind you. You can try. I'll allow you to use athletics to try and evade some of them, but completely climbing the wall whilst these creatures are like crashing into one another, you feel the earth physically shake beneath you, making climbing out of the way relatively impossible. But athletics of trying to help people get up and out of the way, for at least some of them, that can help.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Sure, make an athletics check. I'll say DC 14, similar to the acrobatics, because they're about the same moveset, just different skills.
Wait, that's a 14.
14 is a success.
Still think of
So 1 success and 1 failure.
Barely a 14 though.
So like these there's gaps in it where it's like clear whenever, because they're moving faster than most of you, not you, but most of you. You kind of like you grab onto the side and somebody who's like lagging out, you can like pull them up for a bit, which is like there's one wave of Stegosaurs that kind of make their way through. You have to drop them back down because of the shaking of the earth. You can begin to lose grip and you guys begin to haul ass, trying to stay out of the way.
I have an idea, but I feel like if it's gonna fail, it's gonna be really funny.
What's the idea?
The idea is that I want to intimidate it by holding up my Barrel Sprite rapier. Be like, you can just step on me.
shall not pass!
And then, like, if they don't care, they just step on me, and it's like, whoop, and then, ow.
If they step on you, it's more like a
Yeah.
But make an intimidation check.
Nah, I don't know if I want to do
As a
it.
halfling with a sword against a herd of
Maybe you can
Stegosaurus.
say you shout out into this how do you say it?
Herd?
Canyon, and try to make this sound echo to scare them. Like if there's something in front of them that's more
I
dangerous.
don't
than
have.
this.
There's
And something that may be behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also have that. That's a good thing. Minor illusion to make a great echo to intimidate.
Sure. I'll
But is
say
it then an intimidation check?
that would
or-
be an intimidation check still.
Okay, that's great.
But instead of like with using your spellcasting modifier.
Which would be charisma in her
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, it's still
So
the
that
same.
doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes.
Well, okay, intimidation.
I mean, technically,
Someone who used intelligence.
I would allow Arcana as well.
I rolled
But yeah,
24.
okay, whatever DC I would have said, that beats it. So that allows them to like slow down. They like for a moment, giving you all a moment to breathe and to step out of the way, dodge out of the way. Somebody jumps out of the way right before they would get crushed by a trample.
I'll grab them all the
Yeah, you
jump.
kind of grab them back up and you continue running. It
Why?
slows them for like 10 seconds maybe, giving you all a moment to breathe.
Did
How
yours
wide
work,
is
NG?
this?
Why?
Did acrobatics work, NG?
Kind of like
No,
depends.
that was
Anyway,
a failure.
at places
So
it could be
athletics
anywhere
and intimidation
between
right now. Okay.
like 80 to 50 feet, I would say.
Yeah, no. But if you do both,
You could
Not a lot, but I was thinking a wall of fire.
You could like hurt
Okay.
them.
put up both,
It would hurt.
close the gap.
Well, creating a wall of fire would like, especially behind you, would give you some time before they because they're all crashing into each other. They're not being that careful about one another. So eventually they'll be forced some will be forced through the wall. They're quite tanky, so they might be able to take a hit. But creating it may slow them down to, again, give your party a second to get ahead. That would be Arcana using your spellcasting, I would say. Because you're not necessarily intimidating them, so it's like the power of your magic. So if you're proficient in Arcana, you can add your proficiency modifier, but it's your wisdom, I presume.
Yep. I mean, I could do that.
Considering it's relatively like useful on its own, I would say DC on it is only going to be like 12.
I could do it.
Yes. 11. So the wall is created, but as the herd can like rushes through, they instinctively just move forward and through the spell, crashing into your party. You being like knocked between some of these creatures, eventually lose concentration, which makes it a failure. 2 successes, 2 failures.
Okay. But do we still have guys? We went levitate, right?
History, insight, or persuasion?
Perception?
Try to persuade them.
I mean, at this point, to look for something to lie into or to
A hiding spot.
Yeah,
Or a route. Yeah, you do have to continue moving, but a route to evade.
Be it a little like crevice in the side of the walls where I can sit in, something like that,
Can I
or
use
someone to fit in.
minor illusion? I don't. It's an object. I can't really do that then.
What?
I wanted to say, can I make an illusion of there being like a cave opening in like the canyon side, and then use my deception to try and deceive them into getting out of the canyon that way. But that
2
would-
downside with that.
Yeah.
These are huge creatures. They're fucking, or large at least.
Yeah.
They're really big. Minor illusion only allows you to create a 5 foot by 5 foot area.
Yeah,
that even
no,
if
that's
there
also
was a
what I was
cave,
like-
they wouldn't fit in it.
You know.
But I wouldn't say you would be able to find a place to hide sufficiently for just to have them pass. But finding routes that they wouldn't be able to take, but you would. In the same way, like if there's like rocks closer to one another where you could move through, but they couldn't, which gives you like a safer route for a moment. That I would allow with perception. Make a perception check.
I mean, if we all manage
Does
to
the
climb
guidance
up
work for
fast
that,
enough,
or
we
is
can
it
all
just,
chill in this extra dimensional space.
I would say sure, yeah. I would say DC 13.
Good, is it? 17.
17. Okay. There's like a slight side path with like thicker trees and rocks where your party is directed through for George, evading another part of the herd that stampedes through, giving you another success. At least 2 more successes.
Can I do performance? Like, yeah, I don't know how, but it's a great job.
Do a dance.
Do a dance. Just do a dance to, I don't know.
To let them be like, wait, what? To distract them, I think.
From distract them, hoping that they do what?
That they slow down. A bit. I
That's
don't
the
know.
same as your intimidation.
Yeah.
Just using a slightly different method.
Yeah. Could I? But yeah, charisma based, so.
Yeah.
I can also stealth, but I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
know
great.
if this is a thing, but could I guess the rope trick and we're all chilling out in my extra dimensional space for an hour above them? I'll climb in.
Rope trick takes a second to like set up and get everybody to that point, or like currently hauling ass being followed by Stegosaurus doesn't allow you for the opportunity to set that up.
God damn it.
Could I use Fireball to maybe hit a point above and cause this much damage that maybe a
There's a collapse.
piece, falls down or something?
Sure, that would be similar to the
Yeah,
wall of
that's
fire. So it would be another Arcana check using your spellcasting ability. So you can use your charisma, and if you're proficient in Arcana, you can add your proficiency.
So that's 2 plus 5.
Because it's already happened before, the DC would be higher though. So the DC would be 16.
You can do this. Come on. Good vibes.
So I have to roll a 9.
At least.
That is a third failure.
You get more attempts.
You need to have at least 5 successes before you reach 5 failures.
Oh,
I was thinking maybe.
in this case we should hurry. With good ones.
I was thinking maybe I could use survival to either find like because there's probably vines hanging down, right? Either find vines hanging down that are strong enough to hold us, so we can like rope swinging
For a little bit to like be above them?
Yeah, or find like vines that are stuck to like trees that are close to falling down, so I could pull them behind us and
The falling stuff is what happened with the fireball.
All right.
I would allow for the swinging to try and get above them for a little bit. That would be an athletics thing. Considering athletics has already been used, the DC would be a little higher. The DC would also be 16 in that case.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
It's +9. I mean, I could try
You
that.
try.
You could also match it with animal.
I don't have a good animal.
You
You
have a great animal handling.
No,
with
you don't.
Guidance, it could be.
I have a +2.
With guidance, it could be a +8 to 5.
I mean, I'll try this.
But can we use guidance right now?
I mean, it's
Get a skill challenge. Use guidance.
George can, but only on
can.
himself.
Okay.
16. You said, right?
16.
So I need a 7 or higher.
7.
20.
No, that's 22.
Right, 22 is a success on the direction of Utsum with some help. You guys find some vines that are pretty high. Utsul's kind of up front because you're the fastest, and you kind of like begin yeeting people up in these vines, and everybody begins to like hold on and swing for a bit before they eventually lose grip and fall back down again, managing to evade some part of the herd.
That's
Nice.
Another success.
One more, guys.
Not gonna get me
One more
fired.
success or 2 more failures.
I want to do animal handling to match it or and do like to get him to a different direction.
Okay, very well. Make an animal handling check. I'll say DC 14, like many of the other ones.
Suddenly I have a red cape.
Hell yes.
25 for
And
that.
that's what 20.
Nice. So
Nice.
at one point, the canyon kind of comes to like this vague Y, almost a T section, and it's very likely that they will continue straight or begin to just fill both areas, leaving no route safe for you. As most of you continue, George in the heat with his armor is a little slower,
Olé!
stops, turns around in this canyon with just a stampede of stegosaurs on his way. He throws a smoke bomb down and releases a red cape that suddenly appears. And with that, tries to divert them into the smaller canyon to the side. And as he makes noise and flaunts his cape about, the first ones begin to like kind of turn and veer and crash into the wall of one another, all kind of sliding and then slowly sliding their way into the second, into the side canyon. There, managing to redirect the herd, and most of them stampeding in a direction where it's safe for you to continue, and the few that do make it past are easy enough to dodge for the rest of the party.
What was
George
behind
just turns
it?
around with a rose in his mouth.
How did you get one of my smoke bombs?
Olé! You stole it.
Where did you do that? I mean, I have infinite smoke bombs, so I didn't notice.
However, running away from them didn't go as easy as you guys would have held. You didn't have as much success as you would have. So you do take some bludgeoning damage from being crushed between some of them.
That's fine.
So, in total,
I hope it's not too much.
you all suffer
9 points of bludgeoning
As
damage.
long as it's not 61.
25 points of bludgeoning damage to you each.
25. That's dealable.
But you will quiet down for a moment. You try to, Angie, make a perception check
Why me?
because you asked.
What's that? 18.
18. You try to peer for what was behind them, and whatever may have spooked them seems not to have followed them into the canyon.
Interesting.
Possibly, if something was chasing it, it may already got enough of its prey from the end of the herd, but it's not coming deeper and deeper in, so you're fine.
Are dinosaurs a normal?
Fuck no, no.
Okay.
I mean,
Do I know what they were?
there are like descriptions of like big lizard creatures. Like dinosaurs in this world have existed and still exist, so they're just considered other beasts. You've heard about them existing in like history books and nature books. You've never really seen them before, although Bloodbane is a pretty clear example of a dinosaur, as well as the creatures that were near the water's edge were a type of dinosaur.
And you know that dinosaur I killed in the swamp when I was a big monkey?
That dinosaur.
And it made me very sad. I killed a dinosaur.
So no, they're not common.
But they're not like,
It's not like a new discovery of an extinct species of creature. Like they still exist. They're just really big and really dangerous.
okay, then that's okay.
Meteor didn't crash.
It has to happen, yeah.
Well, the meteor crashed at the wrong place. And now
Yeah,
there's a
missed.
crater and we don't know what's there because we didn't visit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not how that works.
So, at the end of that day, you guys make your way out of the canyon before you set up camp again.
The meteor wasn't
Um,
big enough.
Before reaching the next point of interest, there are 4 random encounters that will have to be rolled. So, a watch, because that was a random encounter. All your watches go by uneventfully. Unsuccessfully. Unless there's something specific you guys want to do. But if not,
Write in my journal.
I would like for there to be a new D6 for the weather and new 2D4 for the random encounter.
Also, you know, maybe you wanna roll some hit die.
And if,
Yeah.
when you finish the long list, yeah. What's the weather?
4.
4.
Oh, we haven't had that yet.
4 is cloudy. It is not too warm in the sun. It is not too cold. It is a relative comfortable heat.
I'll also make the chef eat.
Yeah, I assume you make the treats every time.
Yeah, the treats and the other thing that gives people extra health.
Sure.
The tea.
Spill the tea.
That is an extra D8.
What is your roll for the random encounter battle?
7.
7?
So everyone gets 3 extra health.
Well, that brings me back to full. Thanks.
Awesome. This was I don't remember what it was.
And how much did we get?
3 health from the tea. If you drank some.
Is it temporary?
Yes, I like.
No. The treat is temporary, but the other thing is
Does
just
the health increase your max hit points?
So the tea
Or is it just healing?
was temporary.
It's just healing.
Which one was temporary?
The treats are temporary, but you didn't get a treat.
No, okay.
I think, or well,
Who got the treat then?
I got a
use the
3
treat
last time.
Yeah, no, I'm full health.
And how much does the treat? Okay, cool.
for temporary health. And I think I give either George or Andrew one.
No, I'll give George.
So you get a treat.
Three, did you finish your long rest?
Whoa!
0, did you finish your long rest?
Yes.
Bess, did you finish your long rest? So did you finish your long rest?
Not yet. So.
George, did you finish?
Yes.
Angie? Okay, then we'll wait for you.
Doesn't have spells.
But I have 104 health.
Yes.
Bags.
Yeah,
I lost an equal one.
So,
So back from
you did, because you spend hit die at the end of the rest, you don't get any hit die back, so you are at lower hit die at the moment. So, and spells if anybody used them.
Yeah, that's...
You used the fireball,
Yeah, no,
but that's back, I'm pretty sure.
No, I have a lot of spells.
Oh right, because you also used immolation twice.
Yeah, so
Yeah, okay.
I got a 5th level back.
7 has become nothing. A day of travel goes by without events. You guys get closer to your goal.
Oh yeah. Go.
So you guys can do. You finish another long rest, so you get more hit die back, more spell slots back. So go ahead and go through that motion.
How much hit I get back?
Half your level, rounded up,
Okay. Yeah, it's 5.
and it's 5.
I don't know, but I don't know, but look at how sharp.
So, if nothing else, I would like for you to roll for somebody to roll for new weather. I think that's you, and somebody to roll 2d4 for random encounter.
No.
Roll it.
What?
Oh god.
What did you get?
Oh
We're gonna
god.
be hot again.
The clouds part and the sun begins to shine through, hotter than ever. Blistering
Roll
heat
it.
once again fills
Roll
the
it.
air. I would like for all of you to
Fucking hell.
roll. We'll roll Constitution saving throws
That's what
whenever.
you get when you roll with it. You have to die.
We'll roll Constitution saving throws when Bree's back.
Yeah.
What did you roll? 4?
Yeah.
I would like for you to roll 1d4. Okay. Bree may be gone for a second, so remind me to tell her to make a Constitution saving throw. I would like for all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
No, she's almost back.
We lost one.
You lost gewoon.
Fucking hell.
Ouch.
Almost.
What'd you, Zero, what'd you get?
19.
That's a success. Yes.
Natural 1.
Fail. You're
Natural
exhausted.
one.
Exhausted.
Amazing. 8.
Exhausted.
18.
Okay.
Success. Make Constitution save.
One point. That's an 18.
Success. So,
I roll really good.
with Bess, Utsul, and George exhausted for the day because of the blistering heat. You did roll with advantage, right? Because this is against blistering heat.
No,
Your fire
I
resistance.
didn't.
Go ahead and roll again. Blistering heat, you have advantage.
Then it's
He did ask.
Yeah, no, the first time you rolled with it. So
I didn't know it was for that. I thought.
no, blistering heat, you will always have
50.
advantage. 50?
15.
Okay, 15 is a success, so you're not
50,
exhausted.
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
50, yeah.
Alright.
I rolled a 50.
Who's up front?
Plus 30.
Only me with the
Make a perception check.
With me.
Higher result.
You have to walk single file in the jungle south.
Yeah, behind
Yeah.
me.
But that means that
Right
they're
behind
making the
you.
perception checks.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you do the thing?
I rolled a natural 20 and a natural 1.
You did the thing!
Okay,
What thing?
what'd you roll?
Rolling a natural
A
20
natural
and a natural
one.
1.
Alright,
And a
That's
natural
which,
20.
what's the total though?
7.
7, okay. Make a dexterity saving throw, please. Not with advantage because you don't see this thing.
Damn.
Because of your low perception, you didn't see it.
Damn.
I wanted to say that's a D12. Damn, you're rolling. That's some really bad rolls, like back to back to back. That's 3 natural ones in a row, right? Wait, how the fuck on 3 nat ones in a row?
On different dice.
Damn.
You're
That's
doing
rough.
great.
Yeah.
So
The heat is getting to me. I'm
Yeah.
getting a heat stroke.
Chera is moving a little slower through the jungle than you expected, and at one point you just eat shit. Like your foot gets like hung up on something, and you just poof, like face first, a mouthful of dirt and mud and dead leaves, just as you kind of like fell over. Bree,
Yeah.
you notice when she fell over. As Usa kind of moves out of the way, you see a large piece of flat black metal with a green shimmer that's partially dug into the ground. That kind of stuck out like some kind of like half a almost like a half a disc that your foot got knocked behind and you then fell face first.
You good?
Chera, are you okay?
Oh. Ow.
Chera, there's something here.
Oh, sure.
Coming! And I run all the way up to the front.
You kind of like push past. You see that like metal disc
It's my
thing
machete.
sticking out partially.
I'm gonna need
One
it.
second, one thing at a time.
Why?
To get through the foliage.
Right. That's tight.
Exactly.
Zero begins to pull on this sheet of metal. Make a strength check.
Yes!
Athletics this would be, but I don't think that matters for you.
Are you sure we should be pulling at the random glowing metal?
It's not glowing. It's black metal with a green shimmer. The shimmer's like a reflection thing on certain light angles.
I got 1.
Well, she's doing that.
And like your feet can like slip out over like a large leaf, and you eat shit on the side of the metal.
Can I check whether it's
As your own
recognizable?
strength kind of like knocks you over. What?
While Zira is doing that, can George check whether it is what kind of metal it maybe is, if it's any.
Sure, this would be a smithing check. History or investigation, up to you. Or Arcana, I'm saying. Arcana, investigation, or history.
Investigation would be making sense.
Sure.
Do I have the thing with the
On metals, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's a smithing check. So yeah, it's smithing related.
Mhm.
Um, 25.
Yeah. You realize what this is because you've seen it before, sort of. This like it's that high, that wide. It's like a disc that sticks out. This is a part of a very, very, very old adamantine sheet thing that's sticking out. You've seen adamantine before, at least in an alloy version, so it's kind of recognizable. This is pure adamantine.
I see.
It's like that big. It's like that thick. It has.
Is this a
With
sheet?
yeah, with the 25, you can see like there's like pattern on it, like a geometric pattern on one side at least. That's a little worn, which is very rare for adamantine considering how strong it is, which then points to it being very, 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 very old and very, very weathered because of the time it's been here with the 25.
It's partially in the ground.
Yeah.
How big would it be roughly?
Well, it's currently that wide, and you see like a part of it.
Can I see if I can find like a release lever or a button or something?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Can I just start like?
What?
You've shown it.
That's a 19.
There's no levers anywhere nearby. It's just a sheet of metal sticking out of the ground.
Can I start with my shovel? Can I start like?
You have a shovel now?
I have a shovel, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
in
you,
my inventory.
I thought you didn't have a shovel
No, I
back.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. You can begin to dig it out.
And you
I'm assuming carefully.
You're pissed
as
off
an
now you
archaeologist.
use a
Yeah,
shovel.
okay, very
Yeah,
careful.
well, she said, "Oh no, I had a shovel."
Yeah,
Right after it deleted all the.
Yeah, you just look still pissed
Yeah.
off.
Take
I'm still pissed.
taking
so
maybe 3 minutes at most. Carefully digging this out.
I probably also have like the little brush. And then,
Yeah. Well, the main thing.
Be very careful.
The main thing you do is like you
no,
you dig down like on either around it and then underneath what it is, and at one point you do feel like it isn't deeper than like 2 feet. So at one point you lift out this like thick layer, it's like moist, it's a layer of dirt and then like thicker clay like dirt beneath it, and you can like lift that out. So you have like this block of dirt with the sheet sticking out that is now removed from the ground, and you can slowly start peeling away at it more carefully, rather than with the shovel.
constantly guide. Be very careful.
Taking like a good 15-ish minutes, you begin to like unveil the decorated part of the. First, you begin to reveal the decorated part of this adamantine, and it becomes like this large, near oval like disc of adamantine, with like the geometric designs all around it and on it. Very mercy.
Would it be like shield sized or is it?
Wait a minute, let me check some. I was wrong. There is no geometric designs on this. This is not Mercedian made. Sorry, my bad. I've been saying that it's become such a norm. My bad. There is decorations on it. They are distinctly not Mercedian and very human, but like old human civilization wise. Which you would also have recognized with the 25 investigation. It is like shield sized for like a human person. It's a bit big for like a halfling or a kobold or whatever. But it's even for those who would be usable, just on the bigger side.
I see that.
I would because
Would I fit my entire body like
No.
Captain America when I do this?
Oh, if you do that, yeah.
Yeah, when I do the Captain America.
I would definitely identify the shield.
What's a disc? It's shield size.
Well, this disc. Which
You cast
maybe
identify with
is
a spell slot or ritualistic.
ritualistic. ritualistic.
Okay.
Because we're taking a while.
This is an adamantine shield.
I just started. I just keep like.
However, it is a tattered
didn't know that.
adamantine shield, requiring repairs for it before it can be successful.
Repairs require more adamantine.
Yes, it would require half of the adamantine, because you have an alloy. I don't know if you still have left. Whatever a shield normally weighs, half of that you would need in adamantine, but because you only have an ally, you need double that. So you need the weight of a shield in adamantine. And adamantine is, I'm pretty sure, twice as heavy, so double that again. So a shield weighs 6 pounds. To repair a shield, you need 3 pounds worth of stuff. Because you have an alloy, you need because you have an alloy, you need 6 pounds. But because it's adamantine, which is heavier, you don't need 6 pounds, you need 12 pounds. So you need 12 pounds worth of alloy to repair this.
Would steel count, I guess? You would really need...
You would need adamantine.
Yeah, which I don't have.
You have the alloy, right? From the...
Right, yes, we do.
That's where you encountered adamantine before. That's why you recognize it.
Right. Oh.
Because that's not pure adamantine, you need twice as much as you would need for a normal adamantine shield. Which in this case is 12 pounds. Or 6 pounds of pure adamantine. Utsel, you realize, you begin like taking apart the other side, and it's also missing any leather straps that it would have for like being held onto, although there are points to be affixed to.
Yeah.
Although you begin to unfurl a gauntlet that was like in the position of where an arm would have been to hold onto the shield. There's no bones or anything like that. There's just the gauntlet that still has like the clutched shape, which is also made out of adamantine.
Can I like carefully try to remove the gauntlet?
Yeah, it's a piece of armor, or in your case, it could be a weapon, but it would also be considered tattered, as in this one.
George, look.
There's like an adamantine gauntlet that was on the inside of the shield.
Attached to it, or?
No, it was like whoever this was, either their whole body or their arm at least was left here. Then the arm and the bones inside, that all rotted away and disappeared, leaving the gauntlet in the shape behind the shield. Any leather straps that would have been there to hold it are also gone.
Look like a little blank.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to identify that as well to see.
It would be considered a part. It's part of adamantine full plate. It's a gauntlet, which would on its own would be considered a knuckle dusser, I guess, for what we've done. Or it could be one part of a small set of adamantine plate armor if you want to make it. It would take down some of the amount you would need.
Maybe the rest of the armor is also buried under here.
Which is why...
with your digging, you didn't find anything additional.
I didn't find anything else. It could have been that someone's arm was cut off.
Can I do a quick look
It's
around if there is maybe... maybe we should be looking elsewhere if there's anything lying around?
Make a perception check.
See.
You can guide yourself.
I imagine it's too old to leave any other real traces, so other than stuff. Yes. Goes through, but it's a perception check.
Yes.
27.
Okay. You take a good look around. You like search for it. You confirm that there's none of this, unless it's very deep beneath the ground. You confirm that there's no other pieces sticking out here. This was left here, separate from anything else. I would like you to make a history check. No, just specifically. This would be also this would count for your smithing knowledge stuff.
Not that great at history. 16.
That's with your with it being a smithing knowledge thing, so you can double your proficiency. Okay.
Wait, double my proficiency?
I'm pretty sure that's what smithing is, right?
History though.
No, but this is a smithing check, which is a history, and you can double your it's a
right.
Yeah, you can add double your proficiency to it.
In that case, it would be 24.
24, okay. You recognize it a little bit, especially from the old human design. It's more like a floral and leaf design on it. Especially on the gauntlet is more heavily decorated than the shield, for at least from its what remains. You reckon you know this story, or at least what this originated from, and you can look it up after the session if that helps. This is most likely part of the mystery of General Reynold, which is an old human general from before the settlers who created Genova and Mornadil arrived. There was a story of a human civilization being here, and they had access to adamantine. They had a full legion armed with it. They ventured off westward and never returned, which is a big mystery of what happened to them. They were clad in adamantine, and this, what you found, and here and there are pieces that have slowly been turning up of, all scattered around the western side of Newfoundland from other adventures that bring pieces back. That's kind of how the mystery was like unveiled once again, and you have now yourself found a piece, a relatively large piece, to be fair.
Can I have the name again? The general.
The mystery of General Reynold.
Would I know anything about that?
Make a history check, but your DC is much higher than George's because this is specifically a smithing thing.
How do I write his name?
Rain, R-A-I-N, and an A-L-D.
9.
This is from the Age of Discovery, which I'm pretty sure is right. Is an age that came after the Dawn Wars, like right after the Dawn Wars, like some 2,000 years ago.
Very interesting.
Which this is information that George could share with you, Chera, that you would, as an archaeologist, be now made aware of.
This journey of ours has gotten a lot more interesting. We already know that. But it's also...
What's the name? Reynold?
Does that...
Human guy.
Do I know
It
anything?
would not. No, this would be new knowledge for you.
The only reason I know about this is because, well, I'm protect.
Exactly. I don't know anything else about them, but I know their army ventured around and got missing, but they had an adamantine. You know, as the goal, they got lost. And
It's very interesting.
Here, I'll read you the first passage. During the Age of Discovery, a human general of a small colony on Newfoundland had made a deal with a group of strange otherworldly creatures. They had given him the access to the metal that was stronger than both steel and mithril, but much heavier. They called this metal adamantine. The creatures taught him how to manipulate the metal however he wanted. And while the colonists were struggling to get a foothold on a new continent, they finally started to get an upper hand over the people that had inhabited the continent since its creation. One day, the general marched his army away from the colony. Without explanation, all soldiers formed their ranks and marched across the continent. The soldiers didn't sleep, eat, or drink for their journey, and they seemed some a form of possessed. At last, the last that was heard of them was that they marched across the border canyon and into an area known as the Old Woods. All those who remained in the colony, now unprotected, were enslaved by the natives, and eventually their culture was wiped from the face of the earth. And every now and again, archaeologists uncover a piece of adamantine that was lost or dropped while soldiers marched. Additional to this, which is something that came up more recently, a full set of armor was recovered, but 4 years ago, and was given to the King of Genova as a gift in a trade deal between them and a clan of kobolds from the wildlands. When the king passed away, the armor was stolen from the palace, and the palace staff suspected the kobolds of having taken back their gift when the trade deal was revoked. But no efforts have yet been made to seek out these kobolds, which is what Frederick came to you about a couple of weeks ago.
How embarrassing would it be if the kobolds didn't steal it, though?
That would be.
They just lost it.
Mm-hmm.
That set of armor is the only set of full adamantine armor that is known of on the continent.
That's very interesting. We should preserve these artifacts.
I mean, we should just create our own spell called Detect Metal and just walk around the continent searching for different
types of metal.
Yeah.
If you mean by preserve, reforge them to once again be repaired and usable, then
Reforge
yes.
them.
Yeah.
No. These are artifacts. They need to be in a museum.
No, they don't need to be in a museum. You already know the story. If I can fix them again, they can be usable.
If the designs are they're authentic.
Very good. As part of the identify spell, at least because you cast it on the shield, right?
Yes.
And on the gauntlet, we wanted to do it as well, right?
That you would have to cast it on separately because you hadn't done that before. It would be considered adamantine armor, which means while you're wearing it, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit.
How would that work for a shield?
Same thing. If you're whilst you're wielding the shield, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit.
Just with the shield?
Yep.
No. Oh, damn.
I mean, you can also wear just armor and no shield, and it would do the same thing. And if you wear both, then you have.
Look.
I mean, if you can still... Okay, if we can restore it to its former beauty...
I could use it. Would it be...
It's a cool shield.
I mean, if you don't destroy its original... If you restore it...
as is?
Yes. So keep all the...
Pretty designs.
Well, the designs, the historical value. If you don't change it, like reforge it into like a completely new thing.
If the gauntlet, do you cast on the gauntlet as well, by the way?
Yeah, and then...
Yeah. Identify the gauntlet would reveal it being part of adamantine armor. However, if it's used instead as a knuckle duster, in the same way that Ursula uses weapons, it would deal that specific, meaning that as long as you don't make an unarmed strike with like kicking or headbutt or whatever, and you don't make an offhand attack, so you make an attack with that specific hand, you deal double damage to structures and objects.
Push down doors.
The Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But that's what you find those, you preserve those, you put them away either in the hole or in a bag safely.
If you could restore them to their original like thing, original like design, and like don't like change it, but modernize it, then yes, of course. Why not? Why shouldn't you be able to use it?
Because you were not saying that.
Well, okay.
But that is a compromise I'm willing to make. I mean, it is a good design. It is human, though. Which is a little simplistic, but I guess the metal would make it challenging nonetheless, maybe.
Ouch.
I mean, it's not about like the design itself, it's about like the historical value.
Well, it's also the design. We need to.
Well,
the
we
design
need to.
is important.
Yeah.
You know, how functional is it? Well, this guy died, so...
Probably not as functional.
His arm did at least.
Yeah.
He lost his arm with the shield.
It's a left arm.
Also, I'm just saying there are probably more pieces all around here. So who knows that if we find more that have dwarven designs, no one would know if you make a dwarven design.
Well,
I would know, and I would feel terrible that we changed it into a dwarven design. Well, it was not meant to be as such.
But if we find another one with human design, then why not make this one dwarven?
Because it's... That's how it works.
I can understand Utsa, but it's...
If you find like the
And
pure
good.
metal, then you can make a new dwarven design for it. If you find like the pure like... If you might find like pure adamantine, you can just like make
You
your
see,
own
if
thing.
you warm it up enough, then it becomes.
Yeah, no, but then all the historical value will be lost.
look. I want to be able to smith something, and you want this to preserve. So
Yeah.
we compromise that I smith it in a way that preserves the historical work.
Exactly.
And
But
we
make
agree.
it dwarf.
Like make it so you can fit it.
Well,
Only if
fit
he
it
finds another
just
one.
fine. Just I am.
Well, even if you find another one.
Dwarven shields sometimes actually are bigger than human shields.
Anyways, I'm good with that. That sounds fine. And if you could restore the gauntlet, that would be nice as well.
Well, first, I'm not gonna rush anything
No,
in this sense.
we're also in the middle of a jungle, and it's
Exactly.
getting hot. And I
Yeah.
want to go on.
So this is something for when we get back to civilization.
Yes.
So,
Then I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's fine.
eventually, you guys set up camp later in the evening.
Definitely.
The rest of the day
not
being
time
relatively uneventful. Let's see.
You have things back.
This is. This is how.
Alright, so you guys take watches, unless there's anything specific you guys would like to do during your watch.
Nope.
I would like for somebody to roll a d6. I'm pretty sure you
I'm probably
don't have that, I think.
I'm probably taking a watch together with George, just like putting the stuff into a portable hole.
Yeah.
Shit, are you taking a second watch then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone needs to take it first.
Kobold
Spouting
gang.
off the story about
Kobold
the
gang
guys.
takes first.
Whilst in
Right. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But
The-
D6.
as I said, the watch goes by relatively uneventful. But I'd like for somebody to roll d6 and somebody to roll 2d4.
You roll the d6.
I have to roll.
I rolled that terrible heat.
Oh, the dude.
Cloudy!
4, okay?
Oh,
6.
6.
Okay. Let's see, this is your third day. I would like for you to roll another d4, by the way.
4.
Okay. And yeah, sorry. So you got okay. And then the roll for the weather was 4, which means cloudy, which it's still warm, but it gives you a good respite from the blistering heat. Whoever had a disadvantage from the day before in the blistering heat, you no longer have that because your exhaustion has gone away.
Whatever.
Your random encounter. Yeah, by the way, finish. If you have any spell slots or anything you need to get back.
What did you roll?
We roll a 1 for the weather.
I rolled a 6 and then a 4.
So it could be cloudy.
I'm writing
You
it
haven't
down.
rolled a 5 or 6 yet.
Yeah,
No,
there's
we
been.
rolled 2, 3, and 4.
Alright, so
On a lot of 3s.
after you guys
Please.
finish your long rest and you continue on your travel, Oozel, make a perception check because you're up front.
Okay. Don't fill me, dice. What's that? It's not great. It's not terrible.
You have a good bonus, right?
It's 12. It's not
Okay.
a natural one.
As you guys continue, you begin to venture into. You notice it first. Little oddly colored pieces of nature around you and weirdly shaped areas. And you begin to find that you slowly stumble into, similar to what you found on the other side of the canyon, a small ruined village of Mercedian make. Like, this one is a little bit more intact than the one on the other side. It's still small, so nowhere close to what George saw in his vision. But you find another one of these, like, villages. This one's more intact. You can see more where the road was. You see multiple buildings. There may have been, like, maybe a dozen buildings here from various sizes. At least the ones from stone. If there was any wood, that's probably gone anyways. But they're all Mercedian. Most of it is just, like, walls. Here and there, there's part of an archway still. No roofs anymore. That's long gone. And the stone is weathered, but you can still recognize the style of architecture.
Can I sketch it for us to like remember?
Sure, yeah. You guys take a moment here. I would like for everybody to, except for you, I guess, to make a perception check to see
Yeah.
which one notices the following thing.
I want to also mark it on my map.
Sure.
I'll
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'll sketch.
here. Write down for this. This is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is 3 days away from the western cliff. 3 days from the western cliff.
And now I have 2 sketches of different.
Yeah, this one's more intense. There's
Yeah.
more to sketch here. Bree, what you get for perception?
a 26.
26. Sierra?
7.
7. Bess?
13.
13. Utzel?
I'm sketching on the
Okay,
map,
you're also-
so.
George?
23.
Alright. In that case, Bree, you walk across like a part of the stone, and you like kind of step on it, and you feel like a weird like shaking beneath your foot, as if you suddenly stepped on not a rock, but like a bunch of rocks. And you lift your leg, and you didn't break anything, but you notice that you stepped on like a stone tablet.
Yeah.
It's about like a foot high and half foot wide, like this large stone tablet that's already been cracked, and it's like a small piece that has like crumbled, and that's kind of where you stepped on. And this one has like in the back there's like faded writing on it. And as you pick it up and you flip it around, there's like a bunch of dirt, and as you wipe it, because this face has been facing down, there's like clear writing, readable writing on this side, if you could read Mercedian.
Okay. Zira. I say to Zira, Zira, look what I found.
You find her holding this stone tablet. On the backside there's like faded writing that you can't even read. It probably was there. Like the indents are indications of it being there. The other side, however, with caked in dirt, you see writing, especially if you wipe it, because it used to be this like a whitish gray stone. Because there's dirt caked into it, it kind of like leaves clear, darker letters left in it, which are in Mercedian. What is it?
I loved it. I can read it now.
Yes, you can read that now. Let's see.
Maybe Angie can take notes from the other side or sketch this in
Yeah, I will.
right there. So maybe you can read it later if you learned more words or something.
I know the entire language.
Oh, sorry, I was wrong.
Then you
Yeah,
can read
there's letters on it,
everything.
but they don't make any sense to you right now. It's like it's just random alphabetical letters switched through each other.
Well, maybe so we can puzzle later.
Yeah, one sec.
I was thinking Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, so it has the similar geometric designs all around it with the letters inside, but around it, the decorations, there are circles and triangles. Kind of like clear, separated from the rest of the design of the border. They're like worked in nicely, but the letters are all just jumbled.
That is weird. It is now my stone.
What do you want to do with it?
I put it in my backpack.
Just in your backpack?
And I take the other side of the stone as well.
No, it's one slab
Oh.
It's like a page.
that has that has the design on one
Double-sided.
side.
It's
On the other,
double-sided. It's
on the flip
printed
side, where
double-sided.
the faded letters are, the like circles and triangles are still there, clear as day.
Oh no, I thought you said you stepped on a cracked stone, so...
Yeah,
That like
it's a
a
bit
corner
cracked.
of it is slightly cracked,
Ah,
but
okay.
the letters on the like even though the letters and the decorations on the backside are completely faded, those circles and triangles that you notice on the front are very clear still on the back for some reason. You're not sure why.
Press on them.
You want me to press on these circles and triangles? Yes. I say while pressing on them.
You see, as she's looking at you while saying this, that they like there's a faint like purplish shimmer every time she touches one. It's like, boom, 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 boom.
Amazing.
What did the back? Oh.
They light up. You're just pressing them.
That is so cool.
Which letters are lighting up? Does that form a word?
That's not no. The letters don't light up.
Oh.
But like you touch one, and it stays for a second, and the moment you touch too quickly to one another, sometimes when you touch too quickly one after another, both of them just kind of disappear. But another time you touch like a circle and then a triangle instead of the triangle and a circle and something else. When you press the circle and then the triangle, and the circle stays clear, the triangle stays clear, and then press something else and they go away.
Aha!
It's a code.
So it's yeah.
I'm gonna try all the combinations.
I need you to make an intelligence check.
Ooh.
Can I help?
Can I enhance my own ability?
I would say this Mercedian thing specifically, you cannot.
I mean, with the.
But I can
I mean,
enhance
you
my
can
own
see,
ability?
like,
You can enhance your own ability.
Can I guidance?
Sure, you can guide.
Really want this to work.
So do I. Nope. Okay. 20. That's 26.
26. you begin to do that, and some of the letters on it like begin to glow purple before then fading. Like just like magically just fade, and the lights stay on, and then they dull, completing the first step of whatever you're doing. I need you to do it again. So all of you are like circled around this thing now. She's like playing with it.
So this thing doesn't explode. Come on.
That will be bad.
Another 26!
Okay, more letters glow up before then fading, and the outside rim stays colored. Need you to do it again. Every attempt takes about 5 minutes, by the way, even with those high rolls.
Can I give her also bardic inspiration?
Sure.
Because I like to do. Here, is that a good one? Yeah. Come on!
We're like chanting.
You're over a crazy high.
Yeah.
35!
Damn.
Yeah. The last one is easier because there's like a limit.
20, 10, 30, my 5, 35.
There's some, for the record, like a 30 as like as like DCs for DMs, like on the DM screen here says that 30 is nearly impossible, so 35 is really good. So the last one's easier because all the buttons you pressed before are still glowing, so there's a limited sequence you can do. And without making any failures, the last letters glow purple before then fading. A moment later, there's a new like glow of purple on the entire inside the outer decoration, and the whole thing begins to glow before it fades, leaving letters. This time, they're about the same amount of letters and the same letters and same amount of words as before, but this time rearranged to the point that you can read them.
Nice.
And they display the following message. For all those still... This is in Mercy, by the way.
Yeah.
For all those still strong and loyal, a message. To win this war, we must not be divided. To make our stand, we must regroup and fight as one. I will wait for you at my lost stronghold. Utilize Fethdro, which seems to be a name, Fethdro's sanctuary. My champion will guide you. I will set you free, that is my promise. Signed, Mistra, the Liberator.
Fuck. I've forgotten everything about it.
That's where my knowledge stops.
Yes, that's why you're not. Make a religion check, George. And you can make a religion check.
Alright, but I don't have a lot of... Well, maybe I know more than that. Who knows?
You can guide
Oh
yourself.
wait, it's still the intelligence.
It's up to you if you want to do it.
I don't think I would be guiding myself for this.
Sure.
Because I'm just like... Oh,
This is just like whether or not you would immediately notice it.
22?
Okay, that's pretty good.
I rolled 12.
12. Although you don't know much of Mistra, Mistra is worshipped here and there in smaller categories. Like she, being the goddess of magic, she's part of the general, like your clerical magic still partially comes through her. So you would be familiar. Mistra is known to have been. The current Mistra is not the original goddess of magic. Way, like many years before the Dawn Wars. This is like a piece of like very obscure knowledge that for somehow lurks in the back of your mind. Way before the Dawn Wars, the current Mistra took over the position of the previous Mistra for some reason. You're not sure why, but that's just something you know. It's like she isn't the original goddess of magic. Magic used to be different before that. For example, the reason that you are aware that 9th level spells are the limit is because the new Mistra introduced that rule.
I don't know why I remember this. Probably some obscure lessons I once had and that now pop up to my mind. But
Random book.
no, I'm educated.
I don't know why you said it like that.
I'm educated in religion.
Well, I assumed, yeah, because you're a cleric.
I'm not educated in another thing.
I mean,
Like social interactions.
I
Yeah.
mean, this
No,
is,
I guess not.
I mean, this is also talking about a war. And when we saw the ghosties, they clearly said that they're lost, but they won't. They don't want to fight in that war again. So I don't know.
So
For the
this-
record, the name Fethdro is Fethdro.
M-E?
Feth
I had a
D-R-O. Fethdro.
Where are my names? My names are...
No, but
Here.
also wasn't that interesting.
Okay.
Oh,
In what context was he named? What was he?
It was said, let's see, for all those still strong and loyal, a message. To win this war, we must not be divided. To make our last stand, we must regroup and fight as one. I will wait for you all at my last stronghold. Utilize Fethdro's sanctuary. My champion will guide you. I will set you free, that's my promise. Mistra the Liberator.
Fethdro's sanctuary. So it's like,
No, I didn't
is it like a use of a ritual?
I never
or something?
won.
So how
How
or
did
is
we
it?
spell the name again?
How do you mean?
Is it like they say it like Fethdro's sanctuary? Is it like some rite or something you can call upon, or is it or a ritual they
I've done
do,
most
or is it
things
really like a person?
Fethdro, yeah, utilize Fethdro's sanctuary isn't like Morin Kingdom's Magnificent Mansion or something like that. Fethdro's sanctuary.
It's not like the sanctuary in the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, no,
When you
it's
call upon it, you can be arrested.
no, it seems to be the name of a person, because it followed by the name by the sentence "My champion will guide you."
Yeah.
It seems to refer to Fethdro,
Yeah.
being the champion of Mistra.
Person. Probably the champion of this. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys wish to do here?
We were talking about how we were different dwarves.
Sure.
How about
Stone in my backpack.
how I did get an education
Mhm.
and also was an apprentice to a smith.
You still have the ripped page, right?
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering whether or not you remember everything.
That look on your face.
At
I
the
don't
end of
trust
this-
it.
You can at one point you guys continue your travel,
Alright, let's go.
ending this day with another long rest.
Put on my map.
This being the third day out of the 4 before you guys reach a new POI. So, because this happened, there's no
Interesting.
your watches go by uneventful unless anything wishes to do something specific, except for turn the hourglass like always. I would like for somebody to roll d6 and for somebody to roll 2d4.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Where we
This
started.
is flipped now.
I like this system.
It's a new
Yeah,
one.
it's fun, right?
I have a 4.
4,
I have a 1.
1. Okay.
One weather.
Meatballs.
Meatball.
Day 3 or day 4 is this?
This is day 4, so on the
Okay.
next day you would find the next POI. What is your roll?
A 1.
A 1. 1 is once again sunny. There's no effect. You just feel warm.
It's
There's
not
no rain.
blistering heat.
It's not blistering heat. And Brie, what'd you roll?
A 4.
Also a 4. Okay.
Not also a 4.
No, what'd you roll?
A 1.
Yeah. Okay. No, this is still the same. It's just no mind. I would like for you to roll again.
Like 1.
A d4.
1
Yeah.
d4, right? That's a 3.
Roll again.
A 4.
4. Okay. Go there.
Do you already do everything, or is there?
No, you didn't do everything.
Is
But
it,
still.
but is it like
Yes.
it took half of what you did there?
There's
or-
like you guys. At one point you guys start to cross out, but if there's multiple options, that's just a roll again.
Yeah, okay.
Utsil, make a perception check, please.
But do you renew them all, or just? We don't know.
You don't know.
11.
Yeah, but I'm curious about it.
11. Okay. 11.
You wouldn't. Well, he would.
No.
I would.
With an 11, you begin to hear vague, like,
I don't want. I still want to be friends with you, so.
like slight growling and snapping of creatures, but also a language you don't understand being spoken somewhere off to your in the direction you're heading to your left,
Halt. Stop.
like at a slight angle.
In what language is
Make an Arcana or Religion check.
it?
Oh.
It's not a language anybody speaks.
Oh.
Arcana or religion?
Might be
You can do it as well.
Infernal or something, or this one. Yeah.
There's a lot of languages you guys don't speak.
Yeah.
27.
27? Okay.
Can I use bountiful knowledge to get proficiency?
If you make it like a whole thing. No, this is more like if you instantly recognize it or not.
Let's
Casting a spell may reveal your location to whoever is speaking.
That's a 13.
13, okay. Yeah, you don't you recognize the language, but you're not sure which one it is. You've heard it before, however. Zira, you would know with your investment in languages. Whatever this is, they're speaking Abyssal.
Yeah.
Hey, the language I want to learn.
What?
They're like in high squeaky voices.
If you need me to say something, just say it.
Yes, okay.
Because I need to target them when I get close.
Smoke bomb!
Sure.
Sunny and wearing a helmet.
Sure.
Okay, what are they saying?
You would have,
Activate helmet.
you would have to get closer to be able to understand what they're saying.
Bring me closer.
I will get closer with you.
Let's go stealthily.
Yeah, we're going as a
We're
group.
going to
And we say
first listen, maybe talk to them. So
No, yeah, but let's not give away our location.
okay. Do we want Pass Without Trace?
Yes.
We want to be seen.
Yeah, it's the best spell I think I could ever pick.
It's a really
Yeah,
good spell.
it changes your whole game, like the whole party's game style.
Yeah.
That is my one.
Oh, but then you roll shit.
Oh wait, disadvantage. It was a pretty good roll. Ooh, that's also a pretty good roll.
Okay, one sec. We'll also have to have Bessus, so
Yeah.
we'll have to wait for a sec.
Yeah.
Well, we can, yeah. What'd you get?
37 with disadvantage.
Okay.
16.
16.
I got 31.
31. George?
13.
13. Angie?
16.
16. You guys didn't roll great.
We didn't.
We have 2 30s though.
So we're happy with
37
Yeah.
and a 31.
Yeah, 2 30s.
We'll
High 31, low 30.
yeah, well, we're gonna have to wait on what what Bess would roll. Because that may actually change the outcome.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with magical secrets.
To get to level 10 to get it though.
Yep. But still, it's okay.
Yeah, because we actually run a campaign to level 10.
Yeah.
Otherwise the lore board's more of a safer option.
Yeah.
Thoroughly studying my world lore. That's why you're my favorite character. Can just dump lore. She just absorbs it.
Yep. I'm also a bit interested in some of it, not in everything. She wants
How
everything.
fucking dare you say that? You're not interested in every piece of lore I create?
No, not in everything.
Yeah, no.
Some pieces I do not care about.
That's fair.
Because
I
that's
mean,
not for
I am
my
the Lord
characters.
character.
Yep. You want to know everything about
I
everyone.
need a stealth check from both you and Fink.
And you have a plus 10
Yes, they are.
for Pass Without a Trace.
You are passed without a tracing. Passed without tracing. What the fuck? Okay.
A 25 for Fink and 10 for Bess, so that would be a
Did you roll with
35.
Disadvantage?
No, with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, Fink has advantage.
So Fink will be at 35 and Bess will be at 20.
Yeah, just probably you guys average up. Alright.
Nice.
You guys get closer. I would look for the both of you to make perception checks.
Yeah.
You for Bree for seeing and Zero for listening.
25.
5?
12.
12. You begin to like what you do here is like high squeaky voices, and sometimes they're laughing at each other. As these creatures, they seem to be like out of boredom. They're like, it's so fucking hot down here. Fucking, I hate this shit. I hope they can hurry up in there. It's fucking obnoxious. Like, it didn't come all this way to just fucking sit here and like they should like bickering amongst one another.
In there.
Bree, you see, sitting outside, there's like a mound of like a hill, and there's a ruin that's partially like collapsed in front of it, and there's like this archway that's still embedded in this hill. In front of that entrance, you see a couple of creatures. You see a large, almost the size of your giant eagle, a large vulture-like creature, kind of like just laying down, kind of like looking at these other creatures that are with it. You see two these large red creatures with these massive maw and 2 legs that you saw work with the orcs as well. The squigs, but you've seen them before. And sitting on top of those, the ones that are bickering with one another, are 3 monster demons.
No.
And they haven't noticed you. You're like 80 feet away. You just managed to see and hear them through the canopy, through the jungle.
You just noticed me now.
And they're just there minding their own business. Most of you can like follow up behind them, and unless they tell you, you're not sure what's happening.
What's going on?
I see monster demons there and a large
Wait, where?
Kind of like when they point them out to you, you see a large black vulture-like creature, kind of like laying down in front of this like entrance into a hill. And that's like there's a ruin, and then there's an entrance into a hill. Like almost like a cave, but it's like a nicely made archway. And then there's 2 of these large red creatures with the 2 legs and the massive maws, and on top of that is like 3 monster demons.
Want to get the drop on them?
Wait, this won't really affect my decision, but I want to know: is it the thing?
What?
Because I desperately. I myself as player want to go in, but is it the thing?
Ask me what it is. I'll just tell you.
The thing you just made beforehand?
No.
No? Oh, sad. I still want to do it though.
Thinking that the thing.
Or I'm lying.
I don't know. I want to go in either way, but I was just curious because I really want that thing to be used also.
Well, I'll give you guys 2 weeks to decide, as that's where we're going to be ending tonight's session. I'll let you choose what you want to do. Your one day. This is the encounter for the day before you arrive to the next BOI. I'll let you guys decide what you want to do. We won't be back next week. We'll be back the week after that with you. You're actually here then.
Yeah.
So with everyone, you're going to be gone because you're on
I'm
vacation.
not sure. Yeah, next week.
Next week you're gone, but the week after that you may be
week
back.
after that I return, but
so
I don't know
we
what
may
time.
we may be with everyone, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Until then, thank you for coming out to play. Thank you guys for coming out to watch, whether you did that here on Twitch or later on YouTube. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. So thanks for coming out, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.